The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines.
And welcome back to the NFL Today, where Coors Light takes you first on the field. The Chiefs and Redskins are about to do battle, so let's head out to Landover, Maryland, where Ian Eagle and Rich Gannon are standing by. Gentlemen.
JB, disappointment in D.C. That's been the theme through the first 5 weeks for the Washington Redskins. Today, they take on the Kansas City Chiefs from FedEx Field here on CBS. And welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. Ian Eagle along with Rich Gannon. Well, this week the Washington Redskins have been portrayed as a team in turmoil, and there is nobody under the gun more right now than their head coach, Jim Zorn, Rich.
Well, clearly he has a lot on his plate right now, and judging by what's going on this week, with the organization bringing in Sherm Lewis as a consultant, the pressure is on. It's never a good thing when your own players are having to defend the head coach and the media. Very difficult situation for Jim Zorn.
And to make matters potentially worse, huge issues on the offensive line. Six-time Pro Bowler Chris Samuels out with a neck injury. His career could be in jeopardy. Stephon Heyer steps in at left tackle. Will Montgomery, Mike Williams also getting starts today on that offensive line. Let's take a look at our Gannon film study. How can they help the offensive line today against KC?
Well, with all the changes along the offensive line, you have to be very protection conscious. The first thing you have to do is turn or slide the line in that direction, and in doing so, you get some presence on the inside from your left guard. That's very important. The second thing, personnel and formation usage will be important today. Use an extra tight end or be in a left formation to help solidify the edge. And finally, make sure the backs either stay in and block or chip the end man on the line of scrimmage as they release in the route. That's going to be important. And the other thing is they can run the football. That'll really help that offensive line.
Well, on the positive end for the Washington Redskins, defensively, right now this is a top 5 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been a problem. In fact, they're keeping them in games right now, currently 4th in total defense, and they're giving up just a little over 16 points a game. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're getting good pressure on the quarterback, and as a result, they're generating turnovers for their offense, 7 already this season.
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs looking for their first win of the season, first win of the Todd Haley era. Very close last week, very tough loss in overtime to the Dallas Cowboys. Are you seeing encouraging signs despite the fact they're 0-5?
Oh, I think so. I think certainly after missing the season opener with a knee injury, Matt Castle has played very well the last 3 weeks, throwing 6 touchdowns and no interceptions. So there are some encouraging signs. I think he's shown great poise and he's handled himself well under some very tough circumstances. Now, the offensive line has struggled. They haven't been able to run the ball with any success, and yet he's hanging in there and giving them a chance each and every week. I think clearly he is their best offensive player right now.
Rich, you mentioned the offensive line on that left side. Brandon Albert out today, suffered a leg injury last week. Wade Smith, former Miami Dolphin, New York Jet, gets his first start of the season on that left side of the line. And defensively, major problems. The numbers are just awful right now.
Yeah, they're struggling right now. They're last in the league in total defense. A big reason why is they're giving up way too many big plays like last week against the Cowboys. Common theme has been lack of communication, poor angles in the secondary, and as a group, they haven't tackled well. It's been a point of emphasis all week.
All right, time right now for today's Home Depot Tools to Victory.
Well, the Chiefs will need a big day from Tamaha Lee, who's been one of the bright spots on this defense. I like him because has a big-time motor, and he doesn't take plays off. And the Redskins, Andre Carter, had his best day as a pro last week with 2.5 sacks. Keep an eye on him today as the Chiefs will be without their starting left tackle.
Let's check out our game points today.
Well, the negative runs, the sacks, the penalties are taking their toll on the Chiefs offense. They need to clean this up. Larry Johnson averaging just 2.5 yards a carry. They must find a way to get him going early, and because of the injuries, the Redskins have been playing musical chairs with their offensive line. Simply put, this unit has to perform. And finally, the Redskins, they need to set aside all the distractions and focus in on what they can control, and that's playing well here today.
And for more Home Depot player stats, log on to CBSSports.com. Interconference matchup, the Chiefs and the Redskins. We've got all the action coming up on CBS.
The scariest moment I've ever had on this show.
Survivor, CBS Thursday. You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Hell yeah!
hot rod stand. Hell yeah. Let me hear it for a sweet salvation. Hell yeah. Set free a better nation. Let me hear it for a world of rock. Hell yeah. Let me hear it for this massive axe. Give it up for sexy nuns. Get it down with wicked tongues. Wicked true, it's shakes on shakes. Brutal legend, get your fix. Welcome to hell yeah. Rated M for mature.
Introducing the NFL Legacy Collection. Inspired by the AFL 50th anniversary. Authentic game jerseys, t-shirts, jackets, and other gear. Available at select retailers and NFLshop.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Radar to help watch for the unforeseeable. Infrared to help protect. Satellites to help guide. Electricity to adjust how powerfully or efficiently you drive. Someday, we'll all drive like this. The first ever HS Hybrid, only from Lexus.
Our vision. Redefine high definition. Create blacker blacks for brighter colors. Using greener methods. We're revolutionizing how you watch, listen, and live. At Vizio, we find a better way, and we make it for everyone.
It's not over.
#1 movie of the year and get more than you saw in theaters. Transformers, a Michael Bay film. Own it on Tudas DVD and Blu-ray Tuesday, October 20th.
It's week 6 in the NFL, and we join you today from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Redskins' 8th all-time meeting between these two franchises. And today's game is brought to you in Sony High Definition. We'll come back with the opening kick, the Chiefs and the Redskins, the NFL on CBS. Keep it here.
Presenting Subway Fresh Buzz, a look at football's most buzzworthy teams, brought to you by Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Subway, eat fresh.
Hey, this is what we have.
They're not the best rappers, but with Kyle Orton and Brandon Marshall leading the offense and clutch kicking from Matt Prater, the Broncos are still undefeated.
In overtime for the win. Kick on the way. Denver is 5-0.
Two feared pass rushers, Michael Strahan and Justin Tuck, and Jared.
To celebrate Subway continuing their famous $5 footlong, I thought it'd be nice if we all sang the $5 footlong song.
$5 footlong. It's going strong, going strong.
Sounds great, huh? Subway $5 footlongs, a yummy-licious deal of bodacious flavor. Just $5 all day, every day.
Subway.
Eat fresh.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
This weekend in the Washington, D.C. area, it's been raw right now. 46 degrees. There's a 40% chance of rain. It was misting earlier today. The Redskins and the Chiefs. Sean Sweezum will kick it off. Washington won the toss, but they've deferred. Kansas City will receive. Jamal Charles is the deep man, averaging just under 24 yards per return. We're underway at FedEx Field. Can the Redskins bounce back? Can the Chiefs win their first game of the year? Charles on the return, out across the 20. And Charles looking for a running lane as he crosses the 35-yard line. Flags come down. Kareem Moore making the play on special teams for Washington on a 38-yard return. Our referee today, Tony Corrente.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 45. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And that's backup tight end Leonard Pope called on the penalty. Matt Castle, a couple of touchdowns last week, 253 yards in the loss to Dallas, 26-20 in overtime. Miles Austin had that 60-yard touchdown to win it. Castle has not thrown a pick in his last 100 passes. Larry Johnson, single setback from the 20-yard line. Castle set up the screen to Bobby Wade. And Redskins were ready for it at the line of scrimmage. Cornelius Griffin with a shot. No gain on the play. Take a look at the Kansas City offense. Brandon Albert is out on that left side. So Wade Smith, now in his 7th year, versatile offensive lineman, formerly with the Dolphins and Jets, will get the start. And backs and receivers, Dwayne Bowe had a big touchdown catch to help send the game into overtime last week. Trying to get other receivers involved, though. And you saw Wade on that wide receiver screen. Another short throw. Castle has it knocked down. Andre Carter. Carter had a big week last week in the loss to Carolina. Albert Hainsworth gets so many double teams, and Carter has benefited from it. On that defensive line, how about Philip Daniels, his toughness? He's playing with a torn right bicep. Linebackers, they say it's beginning to click for Brian Arakpo, the rookie out of Texas. And in the secondary, D'Angelo Hall with 3 picks. Fred Smoot actually got the start over Reed Doughty. From the gun, look out. Castle, as he throws. Pressure came, and Hainsworth applying the heat as Castle took the shot. 3 and out for KC.
Well, not the way you want to start if you're the Chiefs on the road, but look at the pressure they get up inside. Albert Hainsworth, Andre Carter, a lot of players have benefited from the presence of the big man inside. He commands a lot of attention, Albert Hainsworth.
So Kansas City will punt. First possession, Dustin Colquitt, averaging 45 yards per punt this season. Antoine Randall standing at his own 36-yard line. Moves forward, catches cleanly at the 40. And a little spin move. Chiefs able to get down the field in coverage with Terrence Copper leading the way. And a 39-yard punt. Jason Campbell. His accuracy numbers have gone up every year. Turnovers really have not been an issue in the past, maybe more so of an issue this year. What have you seen development-wise from Campbell at the quarterback position?
Well, and I think it's difficult to evaluate his body of work when you take into consideration that, you know, in just 5 short years, he's had 3 different play callers, a number of different head coaches, 2 different systems, and so I think his development has been very difficult. He needs to play better, obviously, here today.
3 receivers set. Portis is the single setback. They open up at the 41-yard line. Just underway here in the first quarter. Chiefs go 3 and out on their first possession. Handoff. It's Portis right up the gut. Running room for a 5-yard pickup. Glenn Dorsey, second year out of LSU, making the stop for the Chiefs. Offensively for the Redskins, well, musical chairs on that offensive line. Stephon Heyer in his 3rd year from Maryland on that left side for the injured Chris Samuels. Backs and receivers, they want to get Portis going. Haven't been able to do that this year. Devin Thomas, 2nd-year pro out of Michigan State, getting the start, but we will see Malcolm Kelly as well, another 2nd-year wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Double tight end set. Campbell pumping, throwing, and caught by the fullback, Mike Sellers. Remaining on his feet, he was out of bounds. Stepped out right at midfield for a 4-yard pickup. We'll see where they spot it. Should be a yard shy of the first down. Defensively in the 3-4 set, Glenn Dorsey Dorsey. Coaches believe the development is there. They'd still like to see a breakthrough performance from Dorsey. Linebackers, Tamahali, what a transition he has made to the outside linebacker position, the former defensive end. And in the secondary, no Jared Page today. Page is out with a shoulder injury, so the veteran John McGraw getting the start. Handoff to Portis, and fumbles the football. Redskins cough it up, and the Chiefs have got it. Mike Vrabel.
Well, I think this is one of the problems when you look at Clinton Portis, and it's a guy that doesn't take a lot of work during the week. He doesn't take a lot of the practice reps, and what happens is you get into an early situation, a short yardage situation. Look, he clearly doesn't have that ball. It pops out, and Mike Vrabel is right there for the recovery. You look right there, it just runs into the back of Fred Davis, the tight end, who's the extra tight end in the game in short yardage situations. You have to secure the ball in those tight locations.
Kansas City takes over at its own 47-yard line on a handoff for Larry Johnson, and Johnson is thrown down very quickly. Unable to break free off the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 1. So Clinton Portis, you mentioned it, he's just not practicing. He's not right physically. Now, obviously, they believe that what he brings to the field, even at less than 100%, is going to be better than Liddell Betts.
Well, I just think it's hard to practice and produce in this league at a high level if you're not practicing and working at it every day.
On a 2nd and 9, bootleg. Castle stopping, and Castle creating on his own. Philip Daniels applied the pressure and tried to chase down Castle out of the pocket for a 6-yard gain.
Well, I think you need to have a tough jaw and a big heart to play quarterback for the Chiefs right now, and that's what Matt Castle is really giving you. I think the protection has been spotted. There's been a number of changes along that offensive line, particularly at right tackle, but Matt Castle has gotten better each week on. He's taken care of the football, and he's given these guys a chance to be in games at the end.
And still wearing that brace on his left knee, injury he suffered in the preseason. He said he's probably going to have to wear it for the rest of the season, trainer recommendation. Little dump pass to Jamal Charles, and Charles able to get out across the 45-yard line. So many white jerseys in on that play. Boy, looks like forward progress. He got the first down.
Well, you know what? They have been awful on 3rd down. They're converting just 20%. The big reason why they have not been very good on the early downs.
Wow, bad spot. Very bad spot for Kansas City.
And you know, when you look at their 3rd down production, you look at the film, too many times the receivers have been short on routes. We talked to Todd Haley about this last night. That, of course, a swing route designed to kind of get out in front, but 3rd down has been a problem so far for the Chiefs.
Extra blocker, Ron Edwards. Mike Cox gets the nod, a fullback. And Cox should have enough for the 1st down.
And when you're 0-5, it makes these type of decisions on whether to go for it or not a little bit easier. Todd Haley, they have nothing to lose. This is an organization that's in transition. They're starting from scratch. We got the sense when we sat down and visited with him last night, he's excited the direction this organization is headed. They feel like players are starting to buy in, starting to practice better, and he is excited. He thinks this is a group that has a chance to get better as the season goes along.
Boy, he looked at you and me and said, we could be 2-3. We could be playing for 500. Instead, they're still looking for their first win of the season. On 1st down, Castle, protection holds up, flips one. Incomplete into the hands of D'Angelo Hall. Mark Bradley was the intended receiver. Hall out of bounds. And 2nd and 10 now for KC.
Well, he's not been happy with the production at the wide receiver position, and you watch the film, it just seems like a number of times they're just off by a little bit. The timing and the rhythm of the passing game, not really what you'd expect so far from the Chiefs.
And a change made on the coaching staff. Dedrick Ward, the wide receivers coach, demoted. Richie Anderson promoted to that role. Todd Haley said, hey, I'm very close with Dedrick. I was looking for results. I passed that along the last few weeks. I had to make the change. Handoff to Larry Johnson, breaking a tackle, but brought down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2. Kedrick Golston able to wrap him up as we check out Gannon's most valuable points for this Chiefs-Redskins tilt.
Well, and I learned a long time ago that at critical times you don't think about plays but rather players. So if I'm Jim Zorn, I'm looking to get the ball to Chris Cooley. No catches last week for the first time in 76 straight games. And for the Chiefs, the same can be said for Larry Johnson, who's been struggling a bit, averaging just 2.4 a carry. Clearly, both of these players need to be more involved in the game plan each and every week.
Two-back set. It's Charles and Johnson working out of the gun. Castle on a 3rd and 8. Handoff, Charles. And bottled up shy of the 35-yard line. Albert Hainsworth over there, a 5-yard gain. And it brings up 4th down for the Chiefs.
But interesting call there on 3rd and 8. They run the draw. I'm thinking to myself, well, I like it because they're in 4-down territory. They're probably going to go for it. But I think because they came up so short, 4th and 4, Todd Haley decided to punt it here.
Yeah, no man's land. You would be looking at a 54-yard field goal attempt for Ryan Suckup, the rookie out of South Carolina. It will be Dustin Colquitt on the punt it. Antoine Randall, the return man. Colquitt will try to place this one inside the 10. Oh, he did his job, but Maurice Leggett was unable to haul it in. Into the end zone, a 36-yard punt and a net of 16. So the Redskins defense holds after the turnover. No harm done following the Portis fumble.
Southwest Airlines, we love bags. We love duffel bags, golf bags, small bags. These bags right here, they fly free.
I wouldn't pay to fly in here.
Why would these airlines charge for bags?
Why do you charge for bags?
What's a flight without bag fees?
Cheaper.
Free, 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 free.
We love taking care of bags.
Bye, bags.
We'll see you when you get home.
If you think all batteries are the same, consider this. A tornado hits. AirLife Denver takes off. Their night vision goggles keeping the rescue mission safe. And powering those goggles, the only battery AirLife trusts. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
It's endless shrimp at Red Lobster. Indulge in endless choices of your favorite shrimp, including new wood-grilled shrimp with a teriyaki glaze. It's endless shrimp, our best value of the year, now at Red Lobster.
Wednesday, get ready to dance till you drop.
Our Vic took first place. If the prize money was the motive, then why was it still there?
Why don't we ask the guy who came in second?
You ever see this guy before? Did he do something wrong?
Yeah, he stepped in front of a gun while someone else was pulling the trigger.
A new CSI New York, Wednesday, only CBS.
Washington Redskins have scored 17 points or fewer in 9 of their last 10 games. They take over at the 20-yard line, and Clinton Portis will pick up a gain of 2. Ron Edwards over there to make the stop defensively. Interesting, Rich, 2 head coaches here, Haley and Zorn. Both of them also call plays on offense.
Yeah, it is, and I just think you look at Jim Zorn there, and he's a guy that never called plays before last year, Ryan. He's the head coach. He's calling the plays. He's coaching the quarterback. My sense is right now it's probably too much for one person, particularly here in Washington.
Campbell to throw, and short throw, trying to get Santana Moss involved. It's incomplete. Brandon Carr, one of the young corners for Kansas City, along with Brandon Flowers. They've got high hopes for these 2 guys. Carr in on the coverage.
Just look at Jason Campbell's footwork here. He's moving, he's working forward. Look at that ball, how it comes out. He's late. This is something that I've noticed when I've watched him on film. His footwork and his decision making, it seems like it takes a little longer. It seems like he locks in sometimes on his primary receiver. And the other thing is his footwork, particularly on throws to his left. It seems like it's not very consistent, and as a result, his accuracy is way down.
We asked him, what does he need to improve on? He said, I've got to make quicker decisions. On 3rd down, Campbell, sideline route, and there is Cooley getting involved, but short of a first down. Did not have a catch last week. First time that's happened to him since his rookie season. It's a 6-yard pickup, and the Redskins go 3 and out.
Ian, this team has not started games well offensively. I mean, they've scored just 10 first-quarter points through the first 5 weeks. You spend so much time during the week scripting plays. You You have your first 15, and yet this team still comes out and can't find a way to get started well early in games.
Hunter Smith is out, their normal punter, with a strained groin. So Glenn Pakalak is punting. Bobby Wade returnable from the 29 and thrown down. H.B. Blades on special teams making the play. 43-yard punt for Pakalak. We're scoreless. First quarter continues from FedEx Field.
This is John Park's restricted calling circle. He's saying toodaloo and switching to Sprint with any mobile, anytime. Now on the Sprint network, he can call any mobile phone on any network anytime he wants without worrying about the meter running. So he's decided to call every mobile phone in the country. He'll finish just after his 93rd birthday. Welcome to the Now Network. Get unlimited calling to every mobile phone nationwide when you switch to any mobile, anytime. Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
So, heading to the doctor? Yeah. You gonna ask him this time? About what? Our erectile dysfunction. Shh, no, I don't want to talk about it. Look, you're not alone. Millions of men with ED have talked to their doctors. I don't know. We can do this. Okay.
Talking to your doctor about ED may be the last thing you want to do, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 20 million men have had their Viagra talk. When you're ready for yours, you'll find helpful tips on talking to your doctor at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. Talk to your doctor today and ask if Viagra is right for you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL.
Now, this is a fan base that loves their team, but clearly frustration has settled in Washington, D.C. Kansas City takes over on the rollout. Arakpo sniffing out and chasing down Matt Castle. It's a loss of 5 on the play.
And this guy, this is the one thing that Brian Arakpo can do. He can really run the edge. He's a great pass rusher. He has really come on for the Redskins the last couple of weeks, and I get the sense he's really starting to figure this thing out. Their first-round pick. He's playing a lot of good football. He's more comfortable, as you know, on the line of scrimmage where he can really get up the field and rush the passer.
Number 13 pick overall out of Texas, consensus All-America last year. And a 2nd and 15 for the Chiefs. Straight back. Castle throws it and complete to Mark Bradley. Ducks out of bounds. Just short of a first down. Justin Tryon over the 14-yard pickup. NFL Today update. Let's head to New York. Check in with JB.
Ian and Rich, Brett Favre on a tear, 3 of 3 for 36 yards and a touchdown on this drive, including this 19-yard strike to Vicente Shanko. 7-0 Vikings, their opening drive, 10th touchdown toss of the season for Favre. Ian and Rich.
Well, Favre and the Vikings on a roll right now, undefeated at 5-0 and leading the NFC North. On a pitch, Larry Johnson getting out in space, and Johnson has got a first down. Good block by Mike Goff on the right side of that Kansas City offensive line, and a new set of downs to work with after the 11-yard rip.
And this is the guy they have to get going right now. You look at this production right here, Ian. I mean, he's dead last in yards per carry among the league's top 50 running backs with a 2.4 average. And the thing is, he's getting the ball out, 5th in attempts, but he's not going far with it. This is a guy that, in my opinion, he operates much better out of a 2-back system with a fullback in front of him. He has been lost right now in this 1-back system.
Had 3,500 yards rushing combined, 05 and 06. Up the middle for a yard. Longest run of the season for Johnson is 15. Jeremy Jarman making that stop for Washington. Kansas City 0-5 for the first time since 1977. They have never started a season 0-6.
And I'm not surprised by the slow start offensively. I mean, a major change right before the start of the season. As you know, they replaced Chan Gailey as the offensive coordinator. New play caller, new system, new terminology. new concepts in the running game and the passing game. It's taken them a while to kind of find their legs offensively.
Averaging only 16.8 points per game on a 2nd and 9. Castle has got time. Safety valve. Johnson is hit right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1 as Carlos Rogers with the stick for the Redskins.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defense has not been the problem here in Washington. I mean, they have played very well. They're 4th right now in total defense, 7th in scoring. They're only giving up 16.4 a game. They're playing very well. And the good thing is guys like Andre Carter, Brian Orakpo, these guys are getting pressure on the quarterback. Greg Blosh, the defensive coordinator, has done a very good job with this group.
Rogers injured on the play. Looked like his wrist. Fred Smoot has checked in. 3rd and 10. They are 21% on 3rd down conversions this season. Castle throwing. Good grab by Bo. And a 1st down for the Chiefs. Dwayne Bowe with a terrific catch for Kansas City, and this drive remains alive.
Well, that is just great anticipation on the boundary. Watch how early this ball comes out. As soon as Dwayne Bowe runs this little comeback route right on the boundary in front of D'Angelo Hall, boy, that ball is in the air and on him. Just great anticipation by Matt Castle.
Have you noticed that Hall has been giving a lot of cushion?
Yeah, he plays a lot of off coverage, and even in the man-to-man concept, he's more comfortable there. I think he can complete a lot of throws underneath him in that man-to-man coverage.
On 1st down from the 32, play fake. Castle is dumped. Could not break free. Chris Wilson.
And they've had 2 sacks right now, and both of them have been in left formations. They're bringing the tight end over there, Sean Ryan, and Sean Ryan is just getting whooped. I mean, he can't handle Chris Wilson. He can't handle Orakpo. He can't handle Andre Carter. That right now is a problem for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And the 2nd sack for this Washington defense today. Castle been sacked 16 times this season. That sack just pushed them out of field goal range. 2nd and 16 now for the Chiefs. Castle fires it, complete to Leonard Pope. Todd Haley was familiar with him back in their Arizona days together. Pope now in his 4th year out of Georgia. London Fletcher, Mr. Consistency at that linebacker position, limits Pope to a 5-yard gain.
You know, I got a kick out of what London Fletcher told us on Friday, Ian, about the fact that all these distractions that they've had this week. He said it's crazy around here. He says we've become the most significant, insignificant team in the National Football League. But the great thing about him, he said, we just have to focus on what we can control, and that's playing good football here today.
He said at 2 and 3, they're generating more headlines than teams that are undefeated from the gun. Little shovel, Larry Johnson. And Johnson able to churn those legs out across the 25-yard line, but short of a 1st down. Rudy Nicewanger with a block up front. And will it send out the field goal unit is the question.
No, they're going to go for it here. I think that Todd Haley has done a nice job. I think he understands the issues that he has with the offensive line, the fact that the back has not been very productive. He's done a good job with personnel usage, formations, giving his team a chance to move the football.
4th and about 2 for Kansas City. Double tight end set, Ryan and Pope. Castle is sacked and loses the football. Andre Carter again supplying pressure for the Washington Redskins. And Kansas City turns it over on downs.
Now we know the Chiefs are without left tackle Brandon Albert. In his place, Wade Smith. Offensive line issues as well. Really, it's a common theme so far this season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Iron protection right now is a big issue up front for the Chiefs.
Castle walks off to the sideline to the steely stare of Todd Haley.
Monopoly is back at McDonald's. And this year, every day is another chance online to win a roll for $1 million. So what's your game?
My wish? Every channel I want in beautiful HD. So I'm switching to DirecTV.
And that's taking HD to the limit.
To lock in your price for 1 year, call 1-800-DirecTV.
With COPD, I was short of breath, so I couldn't always do what I wanted to do. But 5 minutes ago, I took Symbicort, and Symbicort is already helping significantly improve my lung function. So today, I've noticed a significant difference in my breathing, and I'm doing more of what I want to do. So we're clear, it doesn't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. My doctor said Symbicort is for COPD, including chronic bronchitis and emphysema. It should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort may increase your risk of lung infections, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. My COPD often meant I had to wait to do what I wanted to do. Now I take Symbicort, and it significantly improves my lung function, starting within 5 minutes. Symbicort has made a significant difference in my breathing. Now more of my want-tos are can-dos. Ask your doctor about Symbicort today. I got my first prescription free. Call or go online to learn more.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
On paper, you wouldn't expect a lot of offense from this game. Kansas City and Washington Redskins averaging 14.6 points per game. Only had 198 yards of offense in that loss to Carolina last week. The takeover, Campbell pumping. Campbell looking to throw the deep ball, one-on-one. Devin Thomas matched up with Brandon Flowers. He was out of bounds. This is interesting as well. Statistical oddity for the Washington Redskins. Every team they have faced so far this season has been winless. Every team.
First time in NFL history. And you know, the schedule has been favorable. You look at that, and the thing you know is this is a team that has to learn how to finish games. Learn how to finish teams off in the fourth quarter. They have not done that. 17 of the 21 games under Zorn have been decided by 7 points or less.
Back to the ground game, and not much there for Clinton Portis. Ron Edwards able to bring him down. It's a loss of 1 on the play. Speaking with Jim Zorn, you asked him, anybody that you can talk to, anybody that you can lean on? And Zorn said, yeah. In fact, I did speak with Mike Holmgren, who was the head coach in Seattle when Zorn was the quarterback's coach. And his words of wisdom to Zorn, don't fade on your belief or confidence in the system, this West Coast system.
Don't waver. And they have certain principles and concepts that they believe in that have proven the test of time, that have won world championships. You got to stick to what you believe in.
Dime package here for Kansas City out of the gun. Trying to buy some extra time. Campbell throws it over to Chris Cooley down the sideline. Chris Cooley creating after the catch. Get your playmakers involved.
And the one thing you can't question about Jason Campbell, his arm strength. Watch this, just moving to his right, just flicks it out there to Chris Cooley on the boundary. And this is a guy, I really believe you have to get involved in the game plan early. Chris Cooley, he has the ability to really make some plays in space, make guys miss, and he's very, very good, obviously, down in the red zone.
Longest reception of the season for Cooley. Should have been a 6-yard gain. It turned out to be a 25-yard gain. Washington and Kansas City territory. Handoff to Portis, trying to bulldoze his way through the line. And Glenn Dorsey able to grab him. A 4-yard pickup for Clinton Portis. What's the difference between the Portis of Denver and even the Portis of the first half of last year, who was probably going to be the MVP of the league if you had a midseason MVP?
The explosive runs. Just one run over 15 yards in his last 200 carries. The explosive runs, Ian, just don't show up when you watch Clinton Portis on tape.
We step aside here from Landover. No score, Washington, Kansas City.
It's not just where you are, but where you want to be. And with easy drinking Busch Light, the mountains are closer than you think. Busch.
Gonna climb a mountain, the highest mountain. Ain't never coming back.
Isn't it time to head for the mountains?
Can't you see? Can't you see?
While I was building my friendships, my family, while I was building my life, my high cholesterol was contributing to plaque buildup in my arteries. That's why my doctor prescribed Crestor. She said plaque buildup in arteries is a real reason to lower cholesterol, and that along with diet, Crestor does more than lower bad cholesterol. It raises good. Crestor is also proven to slow the buildup of plaque in arteries. Crestor isn't for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests will check for liver problems. You should tell your doctor about other medicines you are taking, or if you have muscle pain or weakness, that could be a sign of serious side effects. While you've been building your life, plaque may have been building in your arteries. Find out more about slowing the buildup of plaque at Crestor.com. Then ask your doctor if it's time for Crestor.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Don't miss The Big Bang Theory, Monday after 2.5 Men, only CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light, with a just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability. And by the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines.
Quick first quarter here at FedEx Field. Ian Eagle, Rich Gannon, the rest of our CBS crew. On a 2nd and 6, first play of this second quarter, Clinton Portis banging his way on the inside. Mike Brown cut him down low for a pickup of 3. Well, Washington with the 2 victories over St. Louis 9-7 and Tampa Bay 16-13. We showed you their schedule. This was supposed to be the soft part of their schedule before they really get into it against the NFC East. They've got the Philadelphia Eagles here at home next Monday night, then a bye. Third and 3. 6 defensive backs here for Kansas City. Shotgun formation for Washington. Campbell steps up and throws too high. Antoine Randall, 5'10" in a matchup with Mike Richardson, the former New England Patriot. And Washington's drive stalls.
The one thing I like to see with Jason Campbell, he's such a great athlete. The thing I love to see him do is pull the ball down sometimes and make some plays with his legs. I think there's a lot of opportunities, particularly against all the man-to-man coverage you're going to see today against the Chiefs.
Glenn Pakalak, former New Orleans Saint, with Bobby Wade, the deep man. Oh, that's pretty.
Like a nice little sandwich.
Inside the 5, that's where the Chiefs will have it with their first possession of this second quarter. No score.
With my Nuvie phone, I can take calls from my friends while I'm driving to them.
With my Nuvie phone, I can turn last-minute plans into lasting memories.
With my Nuvie phone, it's easy to stay in touch with friends.
Even in the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 164 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
Papa John knows how to make a hungry crowd happy.
Papa's in the house.
Introducing Papa John's new Mega XL 3 Pizza. XL because it's extra large with 10 huge slices. 3 because you get your choice of any 3 toppings. Just $11.99.
The Craftsman Auto Hammer. The hammer that goes where other hammers can't. Driving home nails with the touch of a button. Innovation, better value. Craftsman. Trust in your hands.
Race on a track or race through the desert.
It's actually really cool to see this in person.
How hard is it to find the world's tallest building?
I'm not a fan of heights.
We may have to jump off.
New Amazing Race tonight, only CBS.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 44.
Kansas City Chiefs backed up deep in their own territory. They open up this drive at the 5-yard line. Motion man Sean Ryan, Larry Johnson, single setback. Play action, Castle fires underneath, and he's got Bobby Wade. First down out across the 20-yard line for Kansas City. Strong throw from the former Patriot Matt Castle.
Little play action shot, a good call here on the first down, backed up out of your own end zone. Aggressive call by Todd Haley. You know, it's interesting, Bobby Wade, he came over from Minnesota September 15th. He's already starting for him. He was the 4th wide receiver in Minnesota. I think it tells you a lot about the wide receiver situation here in Kansas City.
Castle, good numbers so far, 8 of 11, 63 yards. On the ground to Larry Johnson, emerging through that hole out across the 25. Reed Dowdy making the stop. It's a 6-yard gain. NFL Today update. We head back to New York.
Ian and Rich, hot start for Brett Favre. Take a look, Favre hooking up here with Bernard Berrien. You see the 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen there, both defenders, that is. They were looking to cover Percy Harvin. Berrien wide open. 14-0 Minnesota over the Ravens. Back to Ian and Rich.
That defense is not used to getting carved up, and the Minnesota Vikings off to a quick start. No score here in Landover. End around Bobby Wade and spilled out as he comes up shy of the 30. Fred Smoot held his water, and a 2-yard gain. It's short of a first down. Another update. Back to New York and JB.
Ian and Rich, the Saints are carving up the Giants right now. Take a look at Drew Brees hooking up with Marcus Colson on a 28-yard pass play. That led to a 1-yard pass to Jeremy Shockey. 14-0 Saints. Saints with 150 total yards so far. Ian and Rich.
Well, the undefeateds taking care of business. Minnesota and New Orleans looking to keep the records unblemished. Handoff, Larry Johnson. Stutter step. And he's got a first down. Flag is down. London Fletcher with the tackle.
And there's the reason why you go out and get a guy like Albert Hainsworth. Penetration in the run game.
Offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
And that's the 3-time Pro Bowler Brian Waters. This first down is coming back.
And just get a good look at Albert Hainsworth. He's right there at the top of your screen. Brian Waters doing everything he can to slow down the big man. The only way you can do it is grab a hold of that jersey. Albert Hainsworth has been very disruptive for this defense. Playing very well the last couple of weeks.
Signed that 7-year, $100 million deal. He's a dominant player, we know. And everybody just raved about the job he has done, freeing up others to do their job on a 3rd and 12. Castle uncorks it, incomplete. Dwayne Bowe lunging attempt. And again, Castle had Hainsworth in his vicinity.
Well, he commands a lot of attention in the middle of that offensive line, Albert Hainsworth. I mean, the thing about him is very disruptive, as we talked about, creating a lot of one-on-ones for other guys because he's getting double. I think the first 5 weeks, teams have been running away from him. Albert Hainsworth has quietly gone about his business and been very productive along that defensive front.
It's a punt fest right now. Colquitt punting this time to Santana Moss. Has some room. Moss flag down. Works his way up the field and brought down to the 41-yard line. Penalty markers on the play after the 50-yard punt from Colquitt. 11-yard return from Santana Moss, who went to the Pro Bowl back in 2005. Penalties so far, Washington has had none charged to them, 2 against Kansas City.
There is no penalty for illegal block on the back. It occurred from the side. It'll be first down, Washington.
So good field position for the Washington Redskins and Jason Campbell. We'll see the Redskins offense when we come back. Scoreless game.
Many will hear the calling.
Move it! Yes, sir!
Few will earn the title United States Marine. The few, the proud Marines.
I was always going. Having to go in the middle of traffic and just starting and stopping. Having to go in the middle of a ball game and then not being able to go once I got there. And going at night. I thought I had a going problem. My doctor said I had a growing problem.
It wasn't my bladder. My prostate was growing. I had an enlarging prostate that was causing my urinary symptoms.
My doctor prescribed Avodart.
Over time, Avodart actually shrinks the prostate and improves urinary symptoms.
So I can go more easily when I need to go, and go less often.
Avodart is for men only. Women should not take or handle Avodart due to risk of a specific birth defect. Do not donate blood until 6 months after stopping Avodart. Tell your doctor if you have liver disease. Rarely sexual side effects, swelling, or tenderness of the breasts can occur. Only your healthcare provider can tell if symptoms are from an enlarged prostate and not a more serious condition like prostate cancer. So have regular exams. Call your doctor today. Avodart, help take care of your growing problem.
Monday, can Robin pass her citizenship test?
I want to say Jefferson.
Correct. Archie Bunker's neighbor was George Jefferson.
Then, girl trouble? Meet the love coach.
Relationships are all about withholding sex.
I think we should get some coffee and talk.
Accidentally on purpose after How I Met Your Mother, Monday.
Kansas City Chiefs 2-28 over their last 30 games. Trying to win their first game of the season. Washington takes over, 1st and 10. Campbell, plenty of time to throw. And Moss unable to haul it in.
Well, what did the Chiefs tell us defensively? We have to stop the run, and we can't give up the big plays to Santana, Moss down the middle of the field. Great protection. You gotta hit him when you have this, and you have him this wide open. I mean, Jason Campbell, good protection. His eyes are in the right spot. You just got to make a more accurate throw. You put that one on Santana Moss, he might score there.
He had Moss wide open in stride, and the frustration for this Washington offense.
The lack of big plays, and that's where it is. You don't get many opportunities in a ball game.
2nd and 10, rush is coming, they handle it. Antoine Randall underneath for a modest gain on 2nd down, 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up for the Redskins. And coming up here on CBS, Sprint Halftime Report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower. Latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report.
You know, Ian, you think about all the changes that it had along the offensive line and how that affects the game plan. Certainly less volume in terms of the scheme, probably more 3-step throws, some quarterback movement to get him out of the pocket. I wouldn't be surprised to see that get him away from this Kansas City rush.
On 3rd and 4 for Washington. Campbell steps, fires into tight space, and it's incomplete. Looking for Chris Cooley. And another quiet possession for the Washington Redskins. Fans react.
Well, you watch Jason Campbell's footwork again. I get back to it. The timing and the rhythm. If it's not clean for him, he has a tendency to kind of rush his throws because his footwork. I think if he just trusts the protection, step up inside the pocket, it will help him make a more accurate throw.
Glenn Pakalak in his 2nd year out of Kentucky. Also punted in NFL Europe. He's been in camp for 8 different NFL teams. Bobby Wade lets this one hit the ground, and it will roll inside the 15-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt. Kansas City will have the football when we come back. Redskins and Chiefs, no score.
10, average number of fingers on which an NFL player would like to have Super Bowl rings. 10%, what you can save on ground shipping at FedEx office over the UPS store. We understand you need to save money.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
This is Tracy Palmer, and this is her restrictive calling circle. She's breaking free and saying, hey, 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 goodbye, and switching to Sprint with any mobile, anytime. Now on the Sprint network, she can call any mobile phone on any network, anytime, without worrying about the meter running. So she's calling every NFL fan in the country to talk a little smack about their team. Welcome to the Now Network. Get unlimited calling to every mobile phone nationwide when you switch to any mobile, anytime. Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Domino's just came out with 4 new oven-baked sandwiches. Let's see what we're up against.
This one has feta cheese and roasted red peppers.
We call that one our new Mediterranean veggie.
Do we have roasted anything?
Domino's has 4 bold new oven-baked sandwiches for just $4.99, like buffalo chicken and Italian sausage and peppers. Domino's.
In 1970, the music of Philadelphia
was killer.
This is my song on the radio.
Without him, you were nothing.
A new cold case tonight, only CBS. The shocking death of a former NFL star. Police called it a murder-suicide, but mistakes were made. An eye-opening CBS News investigation. Monday on The Early Show.
Kansas City Chiefs suffering through a 9-game losing streak going back to last season. They take over a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Castle out of the gun. Throws it over the middle to Larry Johnson. And Johnson thrown down to the 19 by Orakpo. And Castle slow to get up, and he's grabbing down at his leg.
Well, that's Albert Hainsworth, and they've had a very difficult time, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, blocking Albert Hainsworth.
Defense number 92. Hit the quarterback, landed with full body weight on top. This 15-yard penalty will be added to the completed pass. Automatic first down.
So the flag comes down. It works against Albert Hainsworth.
You just watch the middle of your screen. Albert Hainsworth's going to get pushed right at the end there. You can't drive the quarterback down into the ground after he's already thrown it. The referee right there to make a call. Of course, taking care of these quarterbacks this year, player safety is of the utmost importance.
So the line of scrimmage will be the 34-yard line of Kansas City. Chiefs have 88 total yards. The Redskins have 54. 9:50 to go, first half. Handoff. Larry Johnson with a burst of speed. Johnson cutting it to the perimeter. Mike Goff with a block. And Johnson with a 17-yard gain. That is his longest run of the season.
And this is what they need to do when you're struggling in terms of your pass protection. You have to be able to run the football. Nothing makes the Chiefs fans feel better than seeing Larry Johnson getting going. Now, and I believe this guy can still be a dominant player in the National Football League. He's taken good care of himself. He's in good shape. He just has to buy in and figure out what Todd Haley's trying to get accomplished in this offensive system.
Now, he's been a workhorse through the years for Kansas City, but dealt with injuries and other distractions over the last couple of years. Johnson again, and nothing there as he gets the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard. Reed Doughty gets his hat in there for Washington. Well, for Todd Haley and Matt Castle, let's talk about that dynamic. Spending time together, working through the chemistry of the play caller and the QB.
Yeah, you know, we talked with Matt Castle last night. He said, you know, he's getting more comfortable with Todd Haley as the play caller each week. The way they're doing that, Todd Haley said he sat on the plane coming out here from Kansas City. They sat together the whole way and talked about the game plan. They're looking for extra time that they can get together and talk about situational football.
Right now, the situation is a 2nd and 9 from the gun. Here comes the rush. Castle gets rid of it. And a first down across the 40 to Dwayne Bowe. Into Washington territory. D'Angelo Hall the coverage. 14-yard hookup. Castle to Bowe.
And the receivers for the Chiefs today are going to have to beat man-to-man coverage. You see right there at the top of the screen, D'Angelo Hall against Dwayne Bowe. Dwayne Bowe is a big target for any quarterback. He catches the ball very well away from his body. Big receiver in space. But the Chiefs receivers today, guys like Bobby Wade, Dwayne Bowe, Mark Bradley, they're going to have to defeat man-to-man coverage against this Washington secondary.
Line of scrimmage is now the 36-yard line of Washington. Mixing it up. Running play to Johnson. And through the middle for Larry Johnson. Fletcher and McIntosh. It's a 3-yard gain for LJ.
Well, what did Todd Haley tell us last night? They felt that he was pressing a little bit, running too high. He needs to do a better job slamming it up there once in a while and pushing that pile back like the Larry Johnson of old. He's a guy that when he gets out on the edge of the perimeter, he can be very disruptive on the second level. He still runs with power and has great vision in the open field.
8 carries, 41 yards for Larry Johnson. On a 2nd and 7 for the Chiefs. Johnson straight ahead. Johnson able to remain balanced, and he's got a first down. Waters and Goff. Excellent room created by those two up front. It's a 10-yard pickup for the 7th-year pro.
Wow, good movement at the point. You see the double team right there on Hainsworth. They do a nice job getting up on the second level and get some hats on the linebackers. And Larry Johnson, this is really where he's at his best, running between the tackles up inside. He's a very good north and south runner.
The Chiefs do not have a rushing touchdown this season. Buffalo, St. Louis, Cleveland, the other teams in the same boat as Kansas City. Jamal Charles has come in. New set of downs for the Chiefs to work with from the 23. Castle on a toss to the outside. Bo couldn't handle it, tried to run before he caught it. It's incomplete.
Well, this is really where they've hurt themselves. When you study the Chiefs on offense, first down has been a problem. And Todd Haley told us last time, we have to eliminate the negative plays, the minus runs, the penalties, the sacks. We have 62 negative plays, which is most in the National Football League. He said we're killing ourselves on the early downs.
Yeah, he mentioned last year the Steelers actually led the league in that category and won the Super Bowl, but they were good enough to compensate. He said the Chiefs just aren't good enough to overcome those negative plays. From the gun, Castle has time out of the pocket, and Castle is down just short of the 20-yard line. Jeremy Jarman helped make sure of it, give him a 2-yard gain on the play. And the clock is moving as we approach 6 minutes to go in this first half.
Well, when you look at the Chiefs in the red zone, I mean, they haven't been down in the scoring zone a lot this season, just 11 times. But when they have been, the results have been pretty good. They've scored 8 of 11 touchdowns, 75% of the time down here in the red zone. That is tops in the National Football League.
Ninth play of the drive.
You see him changing the play here at the line of scrimmage. Empty back, no backs. The ball's got to come out quick. You can't hold it in this situation.
Play clock winding down. High snap. Looking. End zone. Incomplete. Dwayne Bowe with D'Angelo Hall back there. And it's fourth down for Kansas City.
Yeah, you can see right there, he's saying, come on, Matt, you got to hit him there. They do a nice job picking it up. Look, Matt Castle steps up inside. You have good protection. You got to give the wide receiver a chance. You got Dwayne Bowe in the back of the end zone, matched up one-on-one on D'Angelo Hall. Just give the big receiver a chance to make a play.
Ryan Suckup on for a field goal attempt. Hit a 53-yarder in week 1, the loss to Baltimore. This is a 39-yard attempt. Kansas City looking to get on the board.
They had one blocked last week.
Suckup splits the uprights. Kansas City with a 3-0 lead over Washington. 5:34 to go in the second quarter. We're coming back to FedEx Field.
The economy's been a little rough, man.
Oh, man, just brutal.
You know, it's times like these that E-Trade can really help you replan your investments.
Yep.
So, you know, it gives you the tools and research. Take control. Rise up. You know? Dude, no.
What?
Stop.
What, I can't flex the golden pipes?
It's not the venue.
It's inspirational.
Any place.
Fine.
Okay, where was I?
Learn to fly again.
Take control with one of the most powerful investing machines there is. Join the 1,000 new accounts a day at E-Trade.
Ready for a refreshing new twist on Bud Light? Introducing Bud Light Golden Wheat. All the drinkability of Bud Light brewed with golden wheat for a refreshing new taste. Bud Light Golden Wheat. Light beer, huge flavor.
Flame broiled, fresh off the grill, and bigger than what you'd expect for a buck. Sorry, recession, it's nothing personal. Whopper Jr., only a buck. Big flame fresh taste, only at Burger King.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Burger King, who remind you to have it your way. FedEx, we understand your business could use a Dick Butkus pep talk. And by E-Trade.
Watch Fantasy Football today to get the last-minute news and analysis that you need to set your fantasy league lineup live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern only on CBSSports.com. Kansas City with a 3-0 lead over Washington, a 10-play, 65-yard drive. Suckup, 39-yard field goal for the Chiefs. 5:34 remaining in this first half. The Washington Redskins have generated 54 total yards of offense.
Well, this is an offense that lacks explosive plays, Ian. I mean, you know, last week just 198 yards against Carolina. It's too hard to go 80 yards in this league at 4 and 5 yards a clip. You need some big explosive plays for your offense.
Rob Cartwright is going to take it out of the end zone for Washington. Cartwright leaving his feet and soars to the 20-yard line. Terrence Copper making the play on special teams. Kansas City 0-5, trying to change that today in Landover.
The same impressive highway fuel economy you get in a Mini, now in a not-so-mini size. The all-new GMC Terrain, with an EPA estimated 32 miles per gallon highway. May the best car win.
So, heading to the doctor? Yeah. You gonna ask him this time? About what? Our erectile dysfunction. Shh, no, I don't want to talk about it. Look, you're not alone. Millions of men with ED have talked to their doctors. I don't know. We can do this. Okay.
Talking to your doctor about ED may be the last thing you want to do, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 20 million men have had their Viagra talk. When you're ready for yours, you'll find helpful tips on talking to your doctor at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. Talk to your doctor today and ask if Viagra is right for you.
It's engineered to exceed even the highest standards. Yours. Announcing the 60-day satisfaction guarantee when you buy a new GMC. If you don't absolutely love it, return it. Simple as that.
It's the first word in the morning. It's the final word at night. Watch NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Kansas City with a 3-0 lead over the Washington Redskins. Redskins only have 15 offensive plays and 1 first down in this first half. They take over at the 20-yard line. And off, Clinton Portis slicing his way for a gain of 4.5. Tank Tyler with the stop for Kansas City. Well, for the Washington Redskins, Daniel Snyder bought the team in 1999. Vinny Serrato, Executive Vice President of Football Operations the last 7 seasons, 5 head coaches. Also one interim, Terry Rubisky, and this team 10-11 under Jim Zorn. They got off to the terrific start last year, 6-2. Portis makes a cut, and Portis out across the 25. John McGraw over there to limit Portis to a 1-yard gain.
I just think it's important, you showed that last graph. I just think stability at every level of your organization is important. They've had a lot of turnover at the head coaching position, as we know. I just think when you look at this football team, I mean, I think it's never a good thing, you know, just a little over a month into the season, you have players having to defend the head coach and the media's distraction. I think it can eventually divide an organization if the owner, the GM, doesn't address the situation. I think it sends a clear message to this football team as well.
3rd and 5, and Campbell is sacked. John McGraw. Blitz was coming. A loss of 6, and this Washington offense has done absolutely nothing today.
Well, they bring the safety right up the middle. They don't do a very good job picking it up. You see Liddell Betts in there, the 3rd down back. He's in there for that sole reason, pass protection. They simply don't get it done.
Glenn Pakalak punting to Bobby Wade, who will move forward to the 43-yard line.
We always think about offensive line in terms of the pass protection. The backs are just as involved.
5 possessions for Washington, 4 punts and a fumble. Wade backpedals to the 34. Finds a crease out to the 44-yard line. Mike Sellers, the fullback, making the play on special teams. Kansas City has controlled things. They've got a 3-0 lead.
What can I say? I've got discriminating taste.
It's true.
I never thought that I would find the one, you know, and I mean, I found ones in the past that I liked, but none that I really loved.
Until now?
Until now. It's awesome.
Do you love the taste of your beer this much?
We still on for tonight, right?
Well, you could. Try the great Pilsner taste of a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and that means full-size deals on full-size trucks. Like Silverado, backed by America's best coverage. And with the lowest cost of ownership of any full-size pickup, it's America's best value, too. Now, during Chevy Truck Month, get 0% APR for 60 months or $6,000 total cash back on select 2009 Silverado vehicles in stock. See your local Chevy dealer.
Tuesday.
First he drove us crazy with his pranks, now he dies in the driveway.
Sounds like you got a problem in your neighborhood, Mr. Rogers.
A new NCIS, then.
We are in a whole pile of trouble.
Get down! An assassin. So ruthless. This NCIS team will call in reinforcements.
I need you to look at some spatter.
Ooh, I love spatter.
TV's #1 new show.
She your nemesis, Leon?
Only if she buries me.
Don't miss a new NCIS Los Angeles after a new NCIS Tuesday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Miller Lite. There's light beer, and then there's triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness. And by Chevy and our award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Kansas City Chiefs with a 3-0 lead over the Washington Redskins. Matt Castle's numbers solid, 10 of 16, 80 yards. Larry Johnson has been able to get out and create in space. Washington's numbers as a whole, rough offensively, 53 total yards. Chiefs take over at the 44-yard line. Kansas City has established the run. Larry Johnson, that spilled out, nowhere to go as he tried to take it to the edge. Reed Doughty getting him down low for a gain of 2 for LJ.
You know, as you look at this game and you look at the play selection on both sides of the ball, you can tell that both play callers are very conscious of the issues that they have with these offensive lines. A number of injuries on both sides of the football for these two offensive lines. And you can see the play selection. A lot of runs on the early down, a lot of quick 3-step throws. Very protection conscious when they have to throw the ball, keeping the tight ends in the backs, chipping, helping on the edge.
Johnson again, and bottled up at midfield. Albert Haynesworth. Haynesworth now slow to get up. Just about to say he's actually looked spry today, running all over the field, but looks like Haynesworth is headed to the sideline now.
Well, you know, he's missed quite a bit of time. Certainly he's been nicked throughout the course of the season. He's had difficult times playing an entire football game. You see him right down there now. It does not look good for Albert Haynesworth.
And Brian Waters injured on the play as well for Kansas City. So a couple of Pro Bowlers going down on the same play. Andy Ullman would step in at left guard for Waters. Medical staff is checking him out. We'll step aside.
The amazing Samsung Dual View. With LCD screens on the front and back of the camera. 2 screens, twice the fun.
So what's the problem?
These are hot. We're shipping them everywhere.
Well, we can't predict our shipping costs.
Dallas, Detroit, different rates.
Well, with us, it's the same flat rate. Same flat rate. Boston, Boise? Same flat rate.
Alabama, Alaska?
With Priority Mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service, if it fits, it ships anywhere in the country for a low flat rate.
Dude's good.
Dude's real good. Dudes.
Priority Mail flat rate boxes. Only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
Pre-touch, razor test, trial 11.
Let's do it again.
We are Intel, sponsors of tomorrow.
They are still tending to Albert Haynesworth on the Washington Redskins sideline. Let's take a look at what happened here.
Doesn't look all that bad. I mean, just on the top of the pile, nobody runs into him. It just kind of tweaks his body, an awkward body position for the big man. And you see they're taking him over to the bench, take another look at him.
And Waters able to walk off on his own power to the Kansas City bench. Andy Ullman is in at that left guard position, acquired in a trade with Miami. Castle, little floater, incomplete, put it in the area of Larry Johnson. But it brings up 4th down for Kansas City. Andre Carter with the pressure for Washington. Now, every week seems like something else for Albert Hainsworth. This was week 1 against the Giants on his back. And that shocking loss to the Detroit Lions.
Well, you know what happens, Ian, if these big guys, they don't practice, then conditioning becomes an issue, and I think that's certainly been the case so far here this season with Albert Hainsworth.
Antoine Randall waiting on the punt for Colquitt. Fair catch, and he's got it right around the 11.5-yard line. A 40-yard punt. This Redskins offense, 1 first down. They are 1 of 6 on 3rd downs. Sprint halftime report is coming up. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report.
Well, when you look at this offense, the Redskins, I mean, obviously they've scaled back the system, the plan with all the injuries that they've had. They're not very multiple in terms of the run game or the pass game, the personnel usage. It's pretty basic. They just have to find a way to have some success on the early downs.
It's not happening on the ground game. Clinton Portis met by John McGraw. He's been a one-man wrecking crew. And the offensive line for Washington is not winning their individual battles as we hit the 2-minute warning. No gain on the play. Kansas City with a 3-0 lead over the Redskins. More to come.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and that means full-size deals on full-size trucks. Like Silverado, backed by America's best coverage. And with the lowest cost of ownership of any full-size pickup, it's America's best value too. Now during Chevy Truck Month, get 0% APR for 60 months or $6,000 total cash back on select 2009 Silverado vehicles in stock. See your local Chevy dealer.
Monopoly is back at McDonald's. And this year, there's $1 million at stake every day. Get game pieces on favorites like the tasty new Angus 3rd Pounder Burgers. Peel, collect, or play online for a chance to win a roll for $1 million. So what's your game?
Every business day, Bank of America lends nearly $3 billion to individuals, institutions, schools, organizations, and businesses in every corner of the economy. America, growing stronger every day.
Monster.com and the NFL are looking for the next director of Fandemonium. If you win, you'll get to announce a pick at the 2010 NFL Draft. Join the coin toss ceremony at Super Bowl 45. Select a play at the 2011 NFL Pro Bowl and more. No fan could ever be closer to the game. Apply to win the best job in the NFL. Only at NFL.monster.com.
Come on, you're almost there. Just push.
CBS Wednesday.
He sticks to his type, 16 and 19-year-old girls, all blonde.
If he chooses you,
What does he want? Your baby? I'm not pregnant. You will be.
you better deliver.
It's a boy.
Three 3-0 Kansas City in front. Washington takes over with Campbell thrown to Fred Davis out along the sideline. And Davis with the second effort, able to get the first down on a 12-yard pickup. Demario Williams whiffing on a tackle. First 5 possessions for Washington. You see a trend there?
Yeah, it's not good. And obviously, Ian, this is a team that's had a difficult time scoring points. They're 27th in the National Football League, scoring just 14.6 a game. Why? Well, obviously they can't run it. They're 25th in the National Football League. They've not good enough on third down, and they struggled in the red zone. That's why they're not scoring points here in Washington.
First down from the 24-yard line, out of the gun, empty backfield. Campbell using that arm of his, and he throws to Clinton Portis. Short of a first down. It's a 9-yard pickup. Hurry up offense here for the Redskins with 1:40 and counting left in this first half.
And, you know, sometimes when you're struggling to find your way offensively, this no-huddle offense can really help a quarterback get in rhythm.
Flags come down. Campbell was looking towards the sideline, and Antoine Randall. Penalty marker on the play. Tony Corrente will fill us in. 2 penalties against Kansas City, 1 against Washington.
False start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And that's Will Montgomery, formerly with the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets, slotted in at that right guard position. Randy Thomas done for the year with torn triceps. Chad Reinhardt, they had high hopes for him in his second year out of Northern Iowa. A 3rd-round pick. Reinhardt not available because of a shoulder injury. But Montgomery was getting the start either way. 2nd and 6 from the gun. Campbell steps, throws, and complete. Randall gets drilled from behind. He's got a first down, clean catch to the 45-yard line, and it covers 17 yards and a timeout. With 1:16 remaining in this second quarter, Washington still has 2 timeouts left.
You know, this is for both football teams. I just think when you look at them, both teams are just not good enough or deep enough on either side of the ball to overcome even a few mistakes. And you look at this football team, whether it's a fumble early in the game with Clinton Portis, whether it's an offside, a false start, whatever it is, you got to almost be perfect in these type of games to have success, and that's really what's holding back both of these teams.
And hoping to get Sean Sweezum a shot at a field goal to tie it before halftime. Tomorrow, every hero has his day, but for one CSI, this could be his last. New CSI Miami, that's tomorrow on CBS, America's most watched network. 1st and 10 for the Redskins from their own 45-yard line. Put some time on the clock, 1:20 left in this second quarter. Betts parallel with Campbell. Shotgun formation, Betts helping out in protection. And Campbell trying to leak out of the pocket. He'll pick up a yard or 2. Alex McGee with the stop. Have to work quickly here.
And what do you expect after a clock stoppage in 2 minutes? A blitz. And they didn't do a very good job anticipating that or having a quick answer throw. The blitz gets home for the Chiefs.
Rush is coming. Campbell gets rid of it. And catch made by Chris Cooley. It'll be just short of a first down. Derek Johnson with the stick. Washington will use one of its 2 remaining timeouts with 53 seconds left on the clock.
You know, when I look at Jason Campbell and you start evaluating him, I just think the protection issues have had an impact on him and have affected him. I think at times he hasn't looked comfortable in the pocket. You don't get the sense that he really trusts the protection sometimes, and you can see that in his footwork. And that's the most important thing, to make sure your quarterback is comfortable with the plan each week, that he knows where his quick answer throws are, and he knows what to do in situational football.
And they clearly miss Chris Samuels, a 6-time Pro Bowler, one of the top pass protectors in the NFL, for the blind side of Jason Campbell. Chris Samuels, a stinger, neck injury, suffered from stenosis, which is the narrowing of the spine, so this could be a much deeper issue. Handoff for Portis, and Clinton Portis has got enough of the first down. So this drive will continue for Washington. They have 45 seconds left.
You know, you're talking about when Chris Samuels went down last week, and that altered their game plan instantly. And you can see even here today with Hire over there, they're doing everything they can to help him in protection.
Campbell, protection is there, dump off underneath, and Portis spilled out at the 40-yard line, and a timeout taken. Final timeout for Washington as Sean Sweezum, the 4th-year kicker out of Bowling Green, is preparing himself. Coming up Tuesday on NCIS Los Angeles. The team will face an assassin so ruthless, they'll call in reinforcements. Cast members from NCIS guest on TV's #1 news show. It's NCIS Los Angeles, Tuesday on CBS, America's most watched network.
Well, the one good thing they have here is offensive line coach Joe Bugle, a veteran offensive line coach, a guy that's been a head coach in the National Football League. And he told us, he said, they were playing musical chairs with our offensive line, but it's my job to develop these players regardless of who they are. And it won't be for a lack of effort. I mean, we saw him out there late on Friday, well after practice was over, working with this guy right here, Joe Bugle. he's done a good job with this makeshift offensive line.
Well, they still need 7-8 yards to get into legitimate field goal range. And remember, no timeouts to work with. Campbell pats the ball. Campbell out of the pocket. And Campbell is down to the 35.
Yeah, no timeouts left. They have to get up and clock the ball. Everyone has to get back and get lined up.
10 seconds left. There you go. And spikes it with 6 seconds remaining on the clock.
Boy, the fans here are not happy in Washington. I just think that they're disappointed. They expect more from this football team. And it's hard to sit here and watch almost 30 minutes of football and be scoreless when you look at the personnel that they have offensively. There's some playmakers out there, certainly guys like Santana Moss and Randall L. and certain Clinton Portis and Jason Campbell. This offense has to find a way to get some more production early in ball games.
Well, the seeds of doubt have been planted in these fans' heads, even in victories over St. Louis and Tampa Bay. 53-yard field goal or a Hail Mary, and they are choosing the latter.
And I'm surprised that you wouldn't give your field goal kicker a shot here at 53 yards.
Kansas City will use a timeout. I mean, the other question is, can you maybe throw a 5-yard out in 5 seconds to have 1 second left? It's very risky.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think the only play here is to kick the field goal. And if you don't think for some reason that your kicker, Suizem, can make it from 53 yards, then you obviously have to throw the ball into the end zone. But I would think in this situation, especially considering the score is 3-0, it's going to be a close ball game, that you give your field goal kicker a chance to drill one from 53.
Suizem's career high is 52 yards, set back in December of 2006 at St. Louis indoors. His long this season is 42. He's 6 of 6 this year. So 6 seconds remain.
Well, just watch the reaction from the crowd here if they'll have some success in this play.
From the gun, Campbell, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Campbell throwing to the end zone, intercepted, picked off by Brandon Flowers. Flowers moving up the field, and he's tackled at the 36-yard line by Stephon Hire.
And that's not the way you want to end a half. I didn't like the call at all. I thought they should have taken a shot. And even if they don't do that, you got to at least throw the ball into the end zone and give your receivers a chance.
Boy, these fans are reacting here at FedEx Field. Redskins trail the Chiefs 3-0. We'll have the Sprint halftime report when we come back.
Monday, when you're forced to be on the sidelines.
Compliments of the gentleman.
Sorry, someone beat you to it.
You can still get in there and coach.
Relationships are all about withholding sex.
Sweet mother of God. Accidentally on purpose.
I think we should get some coffee and talk.
New episode Monday, only CBS.
Every hero has his day.
He's brain dead, Eric.
But for this one, it may be his last.
You're leaving CSI.
Climb the world's tallest building. New Amazing Race tonight after 60 minutes, only CBS.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
The NFL and its players are committed to improving the health of kids everywhere. That's why we're encouraging them to get at least 60 minutes of exercise and play every day. It's called NFL Play 60. The best 60 minutes of the day. Join the movement at NFLRush.com. Introducing the NFL Legacy Collection. Inspired by the AFL 50th anniversary. Authentic game jerseys, t-shirts, jackets, and other gear. Available at select retailers and NFLshop.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Radar to help watch for the unforeseeable. Infrared to help protect. Satellites to help guide. Electricity to adjust how powerfully or efficiently you drive. Someday, we'll all drive like this. The first ever HS Hybrid, only from Lexus.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with my guys Dan, Bill, Shannon, and Boomer. Redskins, again, anemic on the offensive end, trailing 3-0, Bill.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, as they honor the Marines in Washington, they also be looking for a few good men for that offense. So we're not going to show the offense. This is all defense. You're going to see Brian Arapaho. He gets a 5-yard sack of Matt Castle. He's going to get Castle sacked again by Chris Wilson. And then the last and third sack by Andre Carter here. There has been no offense. One field goal in this game. 100 yards of total offense for the Redskins. 3-0 Kansas City.
Not pretty there. Meanwhile, Cincinnati and Houston all knotted, Boom.
Very entertaining game, guys. Here comes Cedric Benson. He's going to go in for the first score of the day for the Cincinnati Bengals, tying it at 7-7. Carson Palmer's got a touchdown pass. He's 9 of 11 for 103 yards. Here comes Steve Slayton, this little jailbreak screen that we like to call to the wide receivers. Nice little run right up the middle, and then right here at the end of the half, you'll see Carson Palmer in the shotgun. He's going to hit Lavernius Coles down the sideline, tippy-toeing, and he is inbounds right there. Game is tied 14-14 as they're getting ready to go into halftime.
Meanwhile, is it Coach Bill with the Steelers highlights?
And I'll tell you what, Dan and Boomer could sit there and throw this one. Count it, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. I'll tell you what, he finds Heath Bill. I'm just going to tell you about this one. 8-yard touchdown score, and then he's going to come back, Ben, with already 200 yards of offense in the first half. Find Hines Ward in this throwing catch for 52 yards. 14-0 Pittsburgh, feeling good about themselves. But there's a guy in Cleveland named Joshua Cribbs.
Yes, sir.
His third career kickoff return against the Steelers alone. This guy is the best offensive player on the field. Returns this 98 yards. 14-7 Pittsburgh, but they are driving at the end of the first half to put more points on the board.
Cribbs doing his part, though, trailing 14-7, as you mentioned, Coach. Shannon, what's happening with the Vikes?
Well, Coach had a game plan of how you stop Adrian Peterson. This is not it. 26-yard run. First drive, Minnesota's looking real good. And he says, watch the play action. Brett Favre, Desante Shanko, 19 yards, 7-0 Minnesota. Brett says, I'm not done. Quick pass, pick play. 4-yard TD to Bernard Berry.
Right, it was a
14-0 Minnesota.
Couldn't do it better on the basketball floor, though, Coach. All right, Dan, the Pack.
Well, okay, here we go. In Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers all day to throw. He throws this one up. James Jones, 47-yard touchdown. He cuts back in. Aaron Rodgers is 15 for 17, 170 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Right there, Donald Driver becomes the all-time leading receiver in Green Bay history with 596 receptions. Aaron Rodgers, John Kuhn, 1-yard touchdown. In Green Bay, all over Detroit. Get up there and celebrate.
Meanwhile, the Giants have the #1 ranked D Boomer in the league. What's happening?
Not anymore. They ran into Drew Brees. How about him? He's 15 of 17, 3 touchdown passes on the day. Virtually no pass rush whatsoever from the New York Giants. Look at this. Look how much room he has back there. You could throw it into double coverage and still get touchdown passes. But I'll tell you what, Eli Manning and the offense of the Giants are not going to go away easily. We knew that this was going to be a high-scoring game as he comes right back here to Mario Manningham right towards the end of the second quarter. Touchdown pass right in front of Darren Sharper. Now it is 27-17. Giants are helped by 2 long kickoff returns by Dominic Hickson.
Shannon, the Rams have a lead.
Yeah, it's only temporary, JB, I believe. Mark Bolger finds Donnie Avery, 17-yard touchdown, 7-0 in Jacksonville. David Garrard, big game Torrey Holt going against his former team, 41-yard reception would lead to this. Pocket Hercules himself, Maurice Jones-Drew, 4-yard TD run. The PAT was blocked afterwards, 10-6 Rams.
Bucks looking for their first win, Dan.
Hey, and Cadillac Williams right here. Watch this run. Bounces outside, uses his speed. He goes 20 yards for a touchdown, putting the Bucks up 7-0. Then Carolina coming back. D'Angelo Williams down the sideline, 20-yard touchdown. That's tying the game at 7. Then Derek Ward, he goes up the middle for Carolina. Ball's fumbled, drops it. Hollis Thomas recovers there. And then right here for the end of the half, Clifton Smith gets laid out by Dante Wesley. Then a fight breaks out after that, and Dante Wesley gets ejected from the game. See the fight here? Can't we play nice, boys?
Ah, boy, not with a hit like that.
Ain't nobody doing that.
Is that right? I hear you.
Boom! And Ben Roethlisberger, he's going to find Hines Ward. Watch this catch. Great job. 18 yards for the touchdown. I'll tell you what, It is big, 20-7, 21-7 now.
How many times did you run that play, Coach?
I'll tell you what, that guy is a great guy in the red zone. He is a great target.
Oh, the Redskins would like to find something happening in the red zone themselves. Back to Washington after this.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network. Monday, we know Robin is Canadian.
Wanna go? You wanna go?
But will she change her colors?
Ready to be an American? Question 1, who is this?
Queen Elizabeth II.
No, the answer is Elton John.
How I Met Your Mother.
Learn English!
Robin Scherbatsky, you are an American.
New episode Monday.
Run your fantasy football league with the most powerful league manager on the web. Brought to you by Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL. Visit cbssports.com/commissioner.
Customizable NFL gear. You create it. You design it. With any name, number, and color. Exclusive to NFLshop.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL. Track 3 games while watching a fourth and previewing the next. While following 3D drive charts, watching player highlights and rating players as you chat with some guy about Tio in Buffalo and down Chicago-style pizza in New York. While catching Palomalu rob the Titans in Pittsburgh. NFL Game Center only at NFL.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Halftime in Landover, Maryland. Kansas City with a 3-0 lead over the Washington Redskins. We'll have second half action coming up. Just about set for the third quarter here at FedEx Field. Kansas City 3, Washington 0. We welcome you back to the broadcast booth. Ian Eagle along with Rich Gannon. The fans are getting restless. I think that's a nice way to put it. At the end of the first half, the fact that Washington was unable to get anything going offensively, Redskins, we knew it was bad coming in offensively. It's actually been worse today.
Yeah, really not good. The good news is the defensive coordinators for both teams are probably pretty happy, but offensively it's got to get straightened out. Jason Campbell, to me, has not looked comfortable the first half. They've been so protection conscious, but when he's had the opportunity to set his feet, he has not been very accurate. He's had some chances. He looks to me like he's just uncomfortable, and this decision here right before the half, you have to scratch your head. The Redskins have to come out. They have to be better on first down. They have to convert some third downs, but that guy has to play better.
So Kansas City will kick off. Chiefs looking for their first win of the season. Interaction at 0-5. Ryan Suckup to Rock Cartwright, catching it in stride of the 15. And Cartwright is spun down to the 30-yard line by Mike Richardson on special teams.
As you look at the halftime stats, not a whole lot to talk about, but look at the time of possession. The Chiefs have had the ball for almost 20 minutes. They've had some great field position, and they have not been able to capitalize.
And there will be a change at quarterback. The veteran, Todd Collins, is in for the Washington Redskins. Jason Campbell has been benched to start play in the second half.
And I can't say I'm surprised. You need to get something going. You need a spark for this offense. Todd Collins, a 15-year veteran. He has played very well when he's had the opportunity.
On a handoff, on first down. Liddell Betts met by Corey Mays. So Jason Campbell, in his 5th year in the NFL, his 3rd year as the full-time starter. Inconsistency has plagued him. He's in the final year of his contract. He's got a big arm. Nobody has questioned that, but there just has not been production for this Washington offense. Todd Collins, who did not throw a pass in 2008. came in when Campbell went down with an injury in 07, and Collins actually led them on a terrific run late in the season. Fake the handoff, throwing a deep ball, and caught Santana Moss.
Well, that'll get him going, and that's what you want. A veteran player like Todd Collins. I spent time with Todd in Kansas City. He was a backup to me. This is a guy that is a very smart guy, a very cagey veteran, a guy that pays attention during the week, and a guy that doesn't need a lot of reps to come in and play and really help your football. The great throw, you got to give the receivers a chance to make a play. Great throw there by Todd Collins, giving Santana Moss a chance to go up and get it.
And a 42-yard pass play for the Redskins. 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to throw, Collins. Protection holds up. Dump off for Betts, and he is clobbered. Could not get around Derek Johnson. Now in his 5th year from Texas, the speedy linebacker making the play.
The one thing about Todd Collins, he doesn't quite have the arm strength that maybe Jason Campbell does, but he does have the experience.
45, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Mike Sellers called on the hold.
But he does have the experience, and he's a very good decision maker. And I think you talk about a guy that's been in the league as long as he has. He's been in a lot of different systems. He understands football, and he's very good at anticipating and reading defenses. I think he'll do a much better job getting the ball out quick.
You know, it's funny. We think back now to our meetings on Friday with Jim Zorn, and you asked, just kind of out of left field, would you be comfortable if Todd Collins had to come in and run this offense? And Zorn looked in the eye and said, I'd be very comfortable with Todd Collins handling this offense. The veteran gets his opportunity. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't get it over. Tyson Jackson, the number 3 pick overall out of LSU. He's supposed to be part of this defensive foundation that Kansas City is building. Former college roommates with Glenn Dorsey.
Well, you know, when you talk about the quarterback position, we talk about this every week. I say so much of what happens with the quarterback is influenced by what goes on around him. And right now, the Redskins, they've had a number of changes along the offensive line. They're not running the ball very well. They're struggling a little bit on 3rd down. So what do? You make a change. And unfortunately for Jason Campbell, that's the way this business is. They're looking for a spark, and that's why they make a change to Todd Collins.
2nd and 20. Want to throw it again. Screen is set up as Betts turns it upfield. Mind you, it has been Betts, not Portis, out there for the Washington Redskins as well. So this could be a pair of changes right now between Campbell and Portis, with the combination of Collins and Betts out there for the Redskins.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, you go back to Clinton Portis. I mean, here's a guy that's not breaking the tackles like he used to. He's not making people miss. I mean, he used to be a tough tackle. I think what happens is you miss so much time in practice because of the injuries and the nicks that you lose a little bit of your edge. And I think right now that's why we're seeing more of Betts.
Now Portis, his production is way down, averaging just under 4 yards per carry. Collins pump. Collins under pressure. Throws it to Chris Cooley. Makes a man miss. And Cooley extending himself out near the 20-yard line. It's short of a first down, but a 12-yard pickup. Mike Vrabel was unable to bring him down initially, and now the field goal unit will come on with an opportunity to tie this game up early stages, 3rd quarter.
And that's not a good play by Todd Collins. That's a great play because it's the only play. You check it down on 3rd and 16. You pick up some positive yards, and now you give your field goal chancer, the kicker, a chance to make a kick.
Sean Sweezum, 6 of 6 this season. This is a 40-yard attempt to tie the game. And he nails it. We are tied at 3 with 11:17 to go in the 3rd quarter, and some signs of life for the Redskins offense.
We flame broil it and grab it fresh off the grill because you wanted it that way. We make it big because you wanted it that way. Maybe you're noticing A theme here. Whopper Jr. Only $1. Big flame fresh taste only at Burger King.
Ready for a refreshing new take on Bud Light? Introducing Bud Light Golden Wheat. All the drinkability of Bud Light brewed with golden wheat for a refreshing new taste. Bud Light Golden Wheat. Light beer, huge flavor.
Here you go.
Whoa, that's some serious insurance.
Ding, 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 ding. Fun fact, Progressive is the #1 truck insurer.
Yeah, great service at the right price. And nowadays, my business depends on it.
Do you have anything like that for my car?
Yes, our car insurance comes with 24/7 claim service, and you could save hundreds.
So what you hauling?
Oh, 8-year-olds to soccer practice.
9. Precious cargo.
Protecting what matters most to you. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
We've just been told Clinton Portis is suffering from an ankle injury, so his return is questionable for the Redskins. Liddell Betts getting the carries on that last drive, and Todd Collins in for Jason Campbell, and leads them on a 6-play, 48-yard drive. The long pass play to Santana Moss, a 40-yard field goal for Sweesom, and we are tied at 3. Washington will kick it off. Jamal Charles standing at his own goal line. Charles moves forward from the 6. And Charles tackled as he crossed the 25-yard line by H.B. Blades. Coming up tomorrow on How I Met Your Mother, there's no stopping Barney when it comes to helping his girlfriend become an American. It's an all-new episode tomorrow on CBS. All right, we've talked about the Washington perspective. Now the Kansas City perspective. Todd Haley, should he be happy with what he saw in the first half? What's the approach here?
Well, he's got to be happy with the way his defense played, but offensively they had too many opportunities. Iron had the ball for almost 20 minutes, only came away with 3 points. They have to be better here in the second half.
Hand off to Larry Johnson, and Johnson gallops his way for a 5-yard gain. Brian Waters is back in there for Kansas City and actually helped lead the blocking on that left side of the line. 2nd and 5 for the Chiefs.
You know, the one guy I have been impressed with so far is Matt Castle. He hasn't put up great numbers, but you know, after missing the start of the season with the knee injury, I thought he played really well the last 3 weeks. 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 93. He's got 120 throws without an interception. He has been very efficient for the Chiefs.
Albert Haynesworth is back for Washington. Quick throw, Dwayne Bowe after the catch, picking up the necessary yardage for a first down. It's a 10-yard catch and run. Carlos Rogers over there defensively. Well, you've got the combination. New head coach, new starting quarterback. Denver, obviously, what a success story that's been for McDaniels and Orton. The Jets with Ryan and Sanchez. The Lions got a win. The Chiefs still looking for their first win. Tampa Bay would be the other scenario. On first down. Larry Johnson, not much there, up the gut, 2-yard gain with Carter and Haynesworth collaborating to bring him down.
You know, to make matters worse for Todd Haley, I mean, they make that switch with Chan Gailey, the offensive coordinator. Todd Haley takes over the play calling right before the first game of the season, and that was going to be a problem. He even talked about it. He said, look, there's going to be a transition. We're going to have to go through some growing pains here, and I think that the guy that has really probably struggled the most has been Matt Castle. I mean, you go from one play call to another, a different system, but he's done a really nice job picking things up rather quickly and giving this team a chance to be in games in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 8 for the Chiefs. Delayed handoff, and Washington was fully prepared. Kedrick Golston among those over there to help make the play, along with Phillip Daniels. You know, we talked to Matt Castle about how hard Haley can be, not only on players in general, but the quarterback himself. And Castle said, yeah, I know he gets fired up, he gets after me, he's trying to get the most out of me, but there are times where you've got to bite your tongue.
Yeah, no, this guy's an emotional guy, Todd Haley, and he expects a lot out of Matt Castle. and they spend so much time putting these game plans together that I know it's very frustrating as a play caller when you dial up a good play and the quarterback doesn't make a good throw or a poor decision. It drives you crazy.
We'll call it a 3rd and 8. Castle under a heavy rush. Unloads complete to Bobby Wade. Into Washington territory. That was a fearless throw by Castle.
And that was a big-time hit by LaRon Landry. And I'll tell you what, this is a physical group. You watch the secondary of Washington. I mean, they'll come up and hit you. Watch LaRon Landry right at the top, boom, of your screen. These are 2 physical safeties they have here in Washington. This guy is very physical, particularly in run support. He always seems to be around the ball.
Big hitter, number 6 pick overall in 2007 out of LSU. This drive continues for Kansas City on a 1st and 10 at the 48. Give is to Larry Johnson. And Johnson, those long strides out to the perimeter. He's got a 1st down. Good block by Mike Cox, the fullback, springing Johnson for a 12-yard gain. Landry whiffed.
Watch the right guard. You see him pull there, Mike Cox. They've done a good job with this, running this power play off tackle. They run it to the right and to the left equally well. And Larry Johnson getting a little bit of rhythm right now for the Chiefs.
14 carries, 75 yards for Johnson. On this drive, the breakdown, 4 rushes, 2 passes so far for Kansas City. And the Chiefs are on the move. A 1st and 10 at the Washington 36. We are tied at 3. Just under 7.5 to go in the 3rd. Castle throw and miscommunication. Mark Bradley was the intended receiver. Bradley, a veteran, formerly with the Chicago Bears. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You can see the frustration there from Matt Castle. And you talk about timing and rhythm in the passing game. You can see Todd Haley. He is not happy with, you can see Castle right here. He's not happy. You can see the reaction from Todd Haley as well. Listen, timing and rhythm so important in the passing game. If you don't get the proper depth, or if you're too deep, it can really mess up the quarterback.
Hainsworth is out again. He's being checked by the Washington medical staff. Kansas City with a 2nd and 10. Play fake. Castle throws. High throw. Incomplete over the head of Dwayne Bowe.
What was the one thing that Todd Haley told us about Matt Castle? He says, I really like his toughness, his competitiveness, but he has to get better with his accuracy. His accuracy is a little bit of a problem right now. He's completing 58% of his passes. That's got to be up around 65, 66% in Todd Haley's system.
And he also said he still has to learn the right time, when to throw it away. Don't absorb the sack, or don't try to do too much yourself. 9th play of the drive. Hainsworth is back in there for Washington on the defensive line. This is a 3rd and 10 for Kansas City. From the gun, they handle the rush. Castle slings it, incomplete. Hot one for Dwayne Bowe to handle. And London Fletcher back there defensively. And again, Kansas City is in no man's land. Right now, they're looking at a 54-yard field goal attempt.
Just watch Dwayne Bowe. He's going to work all the way across the field. That's a catch you have to make. And again, that's one of the problems with Dwayne Bowe, just the consistency, the lack of consistency, the focus sometimes seems to be an issue with Dwayne Bowe.
4th down, they are going for it again. We have seen this before from Todd Haley. 4th and 10. Kansas City 9 of 12 on 4th down conversions. And a timeout. Play clock was down to 1. You think Todd Haley's fired up?
There's having it done, then there's doing it yourself and saving. It's about sawdust in your boots, paint in your hair, and no holes in your wallet. We've lowered prices throughout the store, giving you all the tools you need and the bragging rights you deserve. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Save $20 with a new lower price on the Kohler Forte kitchen faucet.
Thinking about mutual funds? Think about this. The best place to buy one may not be a mutual fund company at all. Instead of emphasizing their funds, TD Ameritrade has tools that can help you choose funds from the leading fund companies. There's even a recommended list by the independent experts at Morningstar Associates, so you can get a fund that matches your objectives instead of someone else's.
Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Contact TD Ameritrade for a prospectus containing this and other information. Read it carefully before investing.
It's the first word in the morning. It's the final word at night. Watch NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Extended dialogue between Todd Haley and Matt Castle. He took the timeout, and during the timeout, Haley explaining, you made the wrong move.
Yeah, he asked him why you did that. I mean, 4th and 10 at the 36. Obviously, they're not in field goal range, and so the best thing to do in that situation would have been to take the delay of game, not waste a timeout, and that's where the frustration came from Todd Haley.
And that's exactly what they're going to do now is punt.
And that is why Todd Haley jumped and sat next to Matt Castle on the plane ride out, talking about situations just like this.
Dustin Colquitt. Antoine Randall standing at the 10. Colquitt trying to place this one in stride. Randall couldn't handle it, and he's fortunate that it bounced out of bounds. And Todd Haley saying he batted it out of bounds after Randall could not field it cleanly. We'll step aside, tied at 3.
The Monopoly game is back, and it's on. Look, I've got a railroad.
Yeah, but you gotta collect the others.
Or I can win instantly.
Is that right?
Yeah, babe. I can even play on my cell. There's even an online chance to win $1 million every day.
Every day.
Yep.
The Monopoly game is back and better than ever. You can win instantly.
Xbox 360?
Or play online for a daily chance at $1 million.
Is that good?
No. I'll take it.
Uh-huh. Don't touch, just look.
Oh, thank goodness you're back.
What's going on, sir?
We're slammed. Tons of people interested in all the money they could be saving by switching to Geico.
Yeah, of course.
Boy, did we miss you last week. That temp wasn't working out at all.
Took me all morning, but I got those quarterly figures for you.
Oh, he ate all my mints.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's not over.
We got a whole lot of fight coming our way!
Get the #1 movie of the year and get more than you saw in theaters. Transformers, a Michael Bay film. Own it on Tudas DVD and Blu-ray Tuesday, October 20th.
Will this hospital romance
You think Scott's bad for me?
I don't want to watch you fall off the wagon. End in tragedy? Scott's AWOL.
Somebody should get that hard.
A new Three Rivers, tonight, only CBS.
Russell is exhausted. It was the scariest moment I've ever had on this show.
Russell, can you hear me?
During the timeout, we just saw the replay. Antoine Randall did not consciously slap that ball out of bounds. The Redskins have it, and Clinton Portis back in the game. Portis with a long run. Clinton Portis down the sideline. And finally brought down.
Boy, what a great run by Clinton Portis. I mean, he talked about, just as he came out at the half, we talked about his ankle. Look at this run. Just great job following the fullback, Mike Sellers, the whole way. Look at Mike Sellers getting a push down the field. And nice job by Mike Brown, the strong safety. The Chiefs just holding on for dear life and making the tackle on the boundary. But good job following the fullback right downhill. Look at Mike Sellers. I mean, this guy is a beast.
78-yard run for Portis. His longest run previously was 34 yards this season. Collins will throw it away out of the end zone in the direction of Santana Moss.
Boy, that's good to see. That's good to see an explosive run by Clinton Portis. And you and I talked about it in the first half. He had gone over 200 carries without a run of 15 yards or more. And that's what you come to expect over the years from a guy like Clinton Portis.
How about this one, Rich? Longest run of his career.
That's amazing. You know, and you think about last year, he became one of just 4 running backs to rush for at least 1,250 yards in 6 of his first 7 seasons. Only Barry Sanders and Eric Dickerson and LaDainian Tomlinson have done that. So still a very capable back.
Empty backfield on second down. Timing play to the end zone. It's incomplete. Antoine Randall in a matchup with Mike Richardson, veteran against a younger player. Richardson now in his third year from Notre Dame.
Wow, you hate to waste that run. I mean, you drive down here, a big run from Clinton Portis. You take 2 shots on first and second down, and now you're stuck with a 3rd and goal, 3rd and 10. You hate to come away from this with a field goal. It's been the problem, man. Their inability to score points. They have not been a very good red zone football team.
You know what, though? Almost the story of their season in many ways. Portis is 1 cut away from getting a touchdown. Tremendous run for Portis. But now Washington is trying to get it in the end zone. Knocked down and incomplete. Ron Edwards over there defensively. It almost floated into the hands of Tamba Hali. And Washington has to settle for a field goal.
Well, that defensive line for the Chiefs, they've done a nice job today. They've batted a number of balls. This is a great stop by the Chiefs. Good job by Ron Edwards. You see him right there in the middle of your screen, jumping up. He's getting double teamed. He knows he's not going to get to the quarterback. He does the next best thing, and he bats the ball.
Redskins trying to take the lead on a 28-yard field goal attempt by Sean Sweezum, the Canadian. It's good. 6-3 Redskins. 6:01 to play in the third quarter. We'll have more coming up from FedEx Field on CBS.
I'm in.
We're in too. I'm a part of it.
Colonel, I'm in. More than 60 million Americans have tried Kentucky Grilled Chicken. An entire grilled nation of believers in that fall-off-the-bone taste. And now you could be part of it, too. Try a 2-piece meal with 2 sides of the biscuit for just $3.99. And taste for yourself why 60 million people unthink alike.
Make it 60 million in one.
Unthink and taste the unfried side of KFC.
So what is this thing again?
It's Fidelity's guidance. It shows you ways to spend in retirement that can help your money last, whatever your plans.
Like if we wanted to travel?
Or start a business?
Yep.
Or take some classes?
Sure.
Or find the best cheeseburger?
The line isn't for everything.
Whatever your destination, Fidelity has the people, guidance, and investments to help you find your way. Fidelity Investments. Turn here.
To the top, here comes Kurt Busch!
What does greatness taste like?
He'll race alongside!
Step up and order a Miller Lite.
We've got a tussle! We've got a fight! We've got a war!
We've got a rich golden color, a real beer aroma, and a true Pilsner taste.
A drag race to the checkered flag will be won by Kurt Busch and the Miller Lite Dodge!
There's light beer, and then there's triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Oh, what a finish!
Catch TV's #1 show, NCIS, Tuesday, only CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by KFC. Join Grilled Nation. Try a 2-piece meal of Kentucky Grilled Chicken for just $3.99. And by Fidelity Investments. Turn here.
Long run for Clinton Portis. Washington gets 3 points out of it. 6-3. Redskins in front. 6:01 to go in this third quarter. Sweezum kicking off. Jamal Charles from the 1 for Kansas City. And here on CBS, Super Bowl 26, Redskins and the Bills. Pat Summerall and John Madden have the call.
Back to throw it, going deep, touchdown Redskins. That's what a champion does. The Redskins are the world champions.
Great to hear those two thinking back to those wonderful years here on CBS and wonderful years for
Want to become a vampire?
I'll do it.
To end the war between 2 worlds of vampires, Darren Shan will have to join the fight. Prepare to die.
You're a vampire and you didn't tell your best friend?
You have to learn to fight. Run! The vampire's assistant.
Can I turn into a bat?
No, that's bull. Rated PG-13.
I was always going.
Having to go in the middle of traffic and just starting and stopping. Having to go in the middle of a ball game and then not being able to go once I got there. And going at night. I thought I had a going problem. My doctor said I had a growing problem. It wasn't my bladder. My prostate was growing. I had an enlarging prostate that was causing my urinary symptoms. My doctor prescribed Avodart.
Over time, Avodart actually shrinks the prostate and improves urinary symptoms.
So I can go more easily when I need to go, and go less often.
Avodart is for men only. Women should not take or handle Avodart due to risk of a specific birth defect. Do not donate blood until 6 months after stopping Avodart. Tell your doctor if you have liver disease. Rarely sexual side effects, swelling, or tenderness of the breasts can occur. Only your healthcare provider can tell if symptoms are from an enlarged prostate and not a more serious condition like prostate cancer. So have regular exams. Call your doctor today. Avodart, help take care of your growing problem.
Yellow light, slow down.
Learning to drive.
Look out, look out.
Leave your family at home.
You don't quit it, I'm gonna turn this car around and nobody's going to the movies.
2.5 Men.
I always wanted to say that.
Then, you like science fiction?
No.
It's a double-date disaster.
You like magic?
Not really.
Okay.
New Big Bang Theory after 2.5 Men. CBS Monday.
James Brown here in New York. We are experiencing technical difficulties in Landover, Maryland, where the Skins are nursing a 6-3 lead. We will bring you back as soon as we've corrected the problems. Right now, let's take you out to the contest. Baltimore at Minnesota. 17-3 Vikings lead it. Greg Gumbel and Dan Deerdorf.
Welcome to those of you joining us here in Minneapolis. Greg Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf. Baltimore trailing Minnesota 17-3 with about 5.5 to play here in the third. And Flacco and the Ravens looking at a 3rd and 5 at their own 45-yard line. Here come the Vikings. Flacco gets rid of it and finds his man on the far side of the field. Complete to Derek Mason, and that's a first down.
Boy, what a job by Joe Flacco of getting rid of the football in a hurry, because he is going to be pressured. Jared Allen right in his face. That's an absolutely perfect throw to a well-run route by Derek Mason. Cedric Griffin, just that last little stagger allowed the separation. But look at Flacco with Allen right in his face. He knows what's coming.
Never saw it completed. 5 catches, 75 yards for Mason. Flacco over the middle, got his man inside the 25-yard line. Todd Heap.
Chad Greenway, the linebacker, he's going, man, I don't think I can run all the way down the field with Todd Heap. See Greenway, he leaps for the ball. He's got the underneath coverage and couldn't make it.
Here's Rice trying the left side, and Rice breaks through. 10-5, touchdown.
Trust me! Well, Ray Rice finishes off a drive where we saw a couple spectacular plays by Joe Flacco throwing the ball. Michael Orr, Jared Allen. Allen tied up by Orr. That was just a good job. Derek Mason does a nice job downfield. Ben Grubbs at the line of scrimmage. That's the biggest hole a Baltimore running back has seen today.
Extra point by Hauschka is good, and with 4:13 to play in the third quarter, the first touchdown of the day for Baltimore, courtesy of Ray Rice. And it's 17-10 Minnesota.
I'm in.
We're in too. I'm a part of it.
Colonel, I'm in. More than 60 million Americans have tried Kentucky Grilled Chicken. An entire grilled nation of believers in that fall-off-the-bone taste. And now you can be part of it too. Try a 2-piece meal with 2 sides and a biscuit for just $3.99. And taste for yourself why 60 million people unthink alike.
Make it 60 million in one.
Unthink and taste the unfried side of KFC.
So what is this thing again?
It's Fidelity's guidance. It shows you ways to spend in retirement that can help your money last, whatever your plans.
Like if we wanted to travel?
Or start a business?
Yep.
Or take some classes?
Sure.
Or find the best cheeseburger?
The line isn't for everything.
Whatever your destination, Fidelity has the people, guidance, and investments to help you find your way. Fidelity Investments. Turn here.
To the top, here comes Kurt Busch.
What does greatness taste like?
He'll race alongside.
Step up and order a Miller Lite.
We've got a tussle, we've got a fight, we've got a war.
We've got a rich golden color, a real beer aroma, and a true Pilsner taste.
A drag race to the checkered flag will be won by Kurt Busch and the Miller Lite Dodge.
There's light beer, and then there's triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Oh, what a finish!
Catch TV's #1 show, NCIS, Tuesday, only CBS.
James Brown in New York. We are still experiencing technical difficulties in Landover, Maryland, but it was Ryan Suckup of the Kansas City Chiefs who kicked a 46-yard field goal to knot it up at 6 apiece late in the third quarter in Landover. We'll keep you abreast of that action. Back now to Baltimore and Minnesota.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. 4 minutes, 13 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Baltimore jumps right back into this thing with a 72-yard drive in just 3 minutes and 3 seconds. And Ray Rice and the ground game has come alive here in the second half.
And if you think there are a lot of uneasy people sitting in the seats here at the Metrodome, now the Mall of America Field, you would be 100% right.
Here's Percy Harvin at the 9. 25, out to about the 29-yard line. 17-10 Minnesota. Baltimore's defense has stood up strong since allowing 2 early touchdowns. Can they put the stops on Brett Favre now? We'll be right back.
Want to become a vampire?
I'll do it.
To end the war between 2 worlds of vampires, Darren Shan will have to join the fight. Prepare to die.
You're a vampire and you didn't tell your best friend?
You have to learn to fight. Run! The vampire's assistant.
Can I turn into a bat?
No, that's bull. Rated PG-13.
I was always going. Having to go in the middle of traffic and just starting and stopping. Having to go in the middle of a ball game and then not being able to go once I got there. And going at night. I thought I had a going problem. My doctor said I had a growing problem. It wasn't my bladder. My prostate was growing. I had an enlarging prostate that was causing my urinary symptoms. My doctor prescribed Avodart.
Over time, Avodart actually shrinks the prostate and improves urinary symptoms.
So I can go more easily when I need to go, and go less often.
Avodart is for men only. Women should not take or handle Avodart due to risk of a specific birth defect. Do not donate blood until 6 months after stopping Avodart. Tell your doctor if you have liver disease. Rarely sexual side effects, swelling, or tenderness of the breasts can occur. Only your healthcare provider can tell if symptoms.
76 straight games without one, and we talked to Jim Zorn.
James Brown in New York. We have corrected the technical issues in Landover, Maryland, so we're going to take you from that game. We'll keep you updated with Baltimore, Minnesota. Let's go back to Landover, Maryland, and rejoin our announcers.
Portis stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we're having here in Landover, Maryland. What you missed, Kansas City getting a 46-yard field goal from the rookie Ryan Suckup to tie this game at 6 apiece. Good drive by the Chiefs. Extended drive, moving it down the field. And now Washington taking over. We are at the end of the third, all tied up at 6.
As the swine flu spreads, the country's intensive care units are filling up with young people. Why are they so vulnerable? And who else is at risk? The answers tonight on 60 Minutes.
Don't miss CSI New York, Wednesday, only CBS.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Hell yeah! Slaying demons with hot rod sticks. Hell yeah! Let me hear it for a sweet salvation. Hell yeah! Setting free a nation. Let me hear it for a world of rock. Hell yeah! Let me hear it for this massive axe. Give it up for sexy nuns. Get it down with wicked tongues. Wicked true, it's shakes on shakes. Brutal legend, get your fix. Welcome to hell yeah! Rated M for mature.
A new car is one of the most expensive purchases you can make. But Hyundai thinks when you're buying a car, What you need even more than money is information. So you think about it. And just before you decide, you get a second opinion. You know, just to be sure. And if that helps, imagine 1,000 second opinions, all telling you the same thing. Spend 5 minutes at HyundaiMomentum.com to see why more people are buying a Hyundai.
It's not over.
We got a whole lot of fight coming our way!
Get the #1 movie of the year and get more than you saw in theaters. Transformers, a Michael Bay film. Own it on Tudas DVD and Blu-ray Tuesday, October 20th.
Start of the fourth quarter here at FedEx Field. Ian Eagle, Rich Gannon, the rest of our CBS crew. There's no truth to the rumor that Redskins fans were so upset they pulled the plug on the telecast. Collins throwing on first down, and Chris Cooley, the intended receiver, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Last drive for the Kansas City Chiefs. Matt Castle finding Dwayne Bowe. That was one of the big hookups to help set up the Ryan Suckup field goal. Washington, 4 sacks on the day. They've been all over the backfield and the pocket, and Suckup with a 46-yard field goal to tie this game at 6 apiece.
And it's difficult to overcome those sacks. A lot of times it costs you points. Obviously, they had to settle for the field goal there.
On 2nd down, back to the ground game. Clinton Portis had the 78-yard run to set up the Washington field goal. That's a 4-yard pickup. Tyson Jackson with the hit on Portis. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up here for the Redskins.
And you just worry about this Kansas City defense, Ian. You know, a defense that has struggled, 32nd in the National Football League, but they're 25th against the run. You can see the MO for the Redskins. They're trying to run the ball down the middle of that defense and give themselves some opportunities to convert on 3rd down.
Kansas City allowing just under 403 yards per game. Only team in the NFL giving up 400 plus. Portis now over 100, 105 on the day. This is a 3rd and 6 and a flag down. It'll work against the Redskins.
They're the veteran Todd Collins.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Stephon Hire on the left side of that offensive line, getting the start at tackle for the injured Chris Samuels.
Yeah, the veteran Todd Collins trying to get him with the hard count, and sometimes that's difficult for the offensive lineman. You have a different quarterback in there, a different cadence, and so sometimes it takes a while to get used to that. But no reason for that on 3rd down. You have to be smart. He's trying to help you. He's trying to help you with the snap count, take some of the edge off of that pass rush.
Collins, formerly with the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, signed as a free agent with Washington back in 2006. 3rd and 11. Rush coming. Check it off and incomplete. Couldn't get it to Liddell Betts. Tambaha Lee supplied the pressure and got Collins down low. And a high throw.
And that's where the inactivity shows up, Ian. Some of the easy throws, some of the things that you take for granted that you just haven't had the reps in practice. A little simple, little wide route like that, and he misses it. So that's something that you would expect for a guy like Todd Collins, who hasn't played a lot in this system, and it's difficult to miss the easy one. So
Glenn Pakalak will punt. Bobby Wade is waiting for it at the 24-yard line. A flag down. The punt never happens. Play is whistled dead. 4 penalties so far against the Redskins, 2 against the Chiefs today. Tony Corrente.
Delay game, defense number 24 made a move in the neutral zone, causing an offensive player to false start. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
So instead of 4th and 11, looking at 4th and 6. A little more room for Pakalak now, and Wade will back it up to the 20-yard line. Redskins and Chiefs tied at 6. Washington trying to get to the 500 mark. Kansas City looking for its first win of the season. Good punt by Pakalak. And Wade with a fair catch at the 14-yard line. That's where Matt Castle and this Kansas City offense will take over. 13 and a half to go. We are in the 4th quarter. Deadlock at 6 apiece.
So, heading to the doctor? Yeah. You gonna ask him this time? About what? Our erectile dysfunction. Shh, no, I don't want to talk about it. Look, you're not alone. Millions of men with ED have talked to their doctors. I don't know. We can do this. Okay.
Talking to your doctor about ED may be the last thing you want to do, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 20 million men have had their Viagra talk. When you're ready for yours, you'll find helpful tips on talking to your doctor at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. Talk to your doctor today and ask if Viagra is right for you.
Every October, real people win real money playing Monopoly at McDonald's. Last year, Michelle won playing online. And this year, every day's another chance online to win a roll for $1 million. So what's your game?
Rated Teen.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 44.
Washington Redskins and the Kansas City Chiefs tied at 6. 13.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Chiefs offense on the field with a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Jamal Charles in the backfield. And a 3-receiver set. Castle delayed handoff for Charles. Stutter step up the middle, and he picks up 3 yards. Rocky McIntosh, who left the game earlier with a stinger, back out there, and he makes the play for Washington.
You know, both teams obviously in desperate need of a win. I don't know that any team is in more need of a win than the Chiefs, though. They've lost 28 of their last 30. They've lost 9 straight going back to last year. And what did Todd Haley tell us the other night? He said, we're definitely making progress. Certainly that drive at the end of last week's game was a real positive, but you have to learn how to win games in the fourth quarter, to make good decisions, to finish people off in the fourth quarter. Both of these teams need to figure that out.
They are one of 3 teams in the NFL to have lost 9 straight or more. St. Louis 15 in a row, Tampa Bay 9 in a row.
And that's not how you do it. You got to give your quarterback some protection. You can't take a sack on this end of the field.
And a loss of 3 on the play. Arakpo and Daniels combining. Join the official NFL fan community at NFL.com/fans and comment on the latest news with thousands of other users. Live chats, rate player performances, watch video, and more only at NFL.com/fans.
Well, you got to be smart if you're Matt Castle. 3rd and 10.
From the 15-yard line. Shotgun. Castle lost the ball. He was hit. Hainsworth down low.
I'll tell you, Albert Hainsworth has quietly gone about his business today, Ian, and he has been in the backfield a lot today. Those negative plays, he has been very disruptive. You watch him right up in the middle of your screen. He gets some push. He's working on the right side. Ryan O'Callahan, he walks the right tackle right back into the lap of Matt Castle.
Completed the throwing motion, so an incomplete pass from Castle. And 6th punt of the day for Dustin Colquitt. Antoine Randall backpedals to the 37. And Randall takes it upfield to the 45-yard line. John McGraw making the play on special teams. Excellent field position for this Washington offense. Can the Redskins do something with it? We'll find out.
We can still be really good friends. We'll just be together a lot less, like almost never.
Are you breaking up with me?
What? No. Break up. Silly.
Are you breaking up with me?
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
I'll Facebook you.
Infinite. Number of facts to know about football. 1. Number of facts to know about shipping. FedEx Ground is faster to more locations than UPS Ground. We understand you want faster ground shipping.
I'm in.
I'm a part of it.
Grill Nation is 60 million strong and counting. And now you can be part of it too. Try a 2-piece meal with 2 sides and a biscuit for just $3.99.
It's not always easy to decide which luxury brand is right for you. You want something that offers beautiful design, outstanding performance, and above all, safety. But of all these luxury brands, only one has earned a 5-star crash safety rating for every single vehicle it makes. Acura, the first and only manufacturer with a full line of 5-star crash safety rated vehicles.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2010 Acura TSX for well-qualified customers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Acura. Acura, advance. Wells Fargo Advisors, together we'll go far. And by Bud Light, with the just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability.
Tied at 6 here in the fourth quarter. And a reverse. Devin Thomas with Collins blocking in front of him. And Thomas is ridden down after a short gain of 2 yards. Brandon Carr making the hit on the wide receiver.
A lot of work for a 2-yard gain. Hey, you go look at Todd Collins. I mean, he got this offense going early. Big play. 42-yard completion right there to Santana Moss. Nice job spreading the ball around, getting players involved. Did a nice job. He's created the spark that Jim Zorn was looking for when they made the change at halftime. You see right there under Jason Campbell, 110 yards there in the first half, no points. Todd Collins has come in and made some nice decisions for this Redskin offense.
Campbell benched at halftime, handoff to Clinton Portis. And Portis unable to break away after a gain of a yard, yard and a half. Dorsey and Brown able to limit Portis. NFL Today update. Let's head to New York. JB.
Ian and Rich, Matt Schaub of the Texans smoking today. Take a look at this hookup here with Owen Daniels. 7-yard strike, their second hookup of the day. 4th touchdown toss of the day by Schaub. That ties a career high. Schaub is rolling. Back to Ian and Rich.
Well, JB, we saw Houston lose a tough one on the road in Glendale, Arizona last week. They had opportunities trying to bounce back today. Collins hit as he throws and into the hands of Mike Sellers. The Sellers was in the right spot but could not turn it into a positive gain as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And the Washington Redskins will punt.
And that should never happen. Look at the top of your screen. He's going to beat, you can see right here, he beats the left tackle higher. He's got help from Betts. Mike Vrabel's just too much. This should never happen. Look, he beats 2 guys inside. Actually, that's Mike Sellers. He beats a double team on the edge. The Redskins got to do a better job communicating and passing that off.
And Takalak has it blocked. Ball is free. Redskins scoop it up. Rock Cartwright. And it's ruled a touchdown.
Now that'll come back.
Demario Williams with the block. The Kansas City stopped after the block. The ball got knocked around. Washington advanced it off the slap. And now Tony Corrente is going to try to sort things out. The Chiefs want an explanation. Now Todd Haley is ready to challenge this as they take a look at the replay on the big screen.
The punt was blocked behind the line of scrimmage, went beyond the line of scrimmage, was illegally touched by Washington at the 50-yard line. Illegal touching, Washington. The ball will belong to Kansas City at the 50-yard line. First down.
So, Kansas City will get the football. Washington Redskins unable to execute on this punt by Pakalak. And then the illegal touch, the slap forward. Kansas City with a golden opportunity.
America, center of equal daughters, equal sons, grown, ungrown, young or old, strong, fair, enduring, perennial with the earth, with freedom, law, and love.
My boyfriend has one.
My girlfriend, my older sister.
She has 2 kids.
My college roommate who lives up north has one.
My mom.
My mom.
My neighbors.
Our neighbors.
My daughter.
My daughter.
We were in the same class in elementary school.
My boyfriend.
My parents.
Our parents.
My lovely wife.
My husband has one.
Yeah, as well as a fellow I work with.
My girlfriend, she moved out east.
I'm a city girl.
Everybody knows somebody who loves a Honda. Who do you know?
150 years of legendary financial strength and the proven experience of a leading investment firm have come together. Wachovia Securities is now Wells Fargo Advisors, with financial advisors nearby and nationwide. For the advice and planning expertise you need to address today's unique challenges, we're with you. Wachovia Securities is now Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
He's a man of mystery who trains in the frozen tundra of Siberia. Fedor Emelianenko is the #1 heavyweight mixed martial arts fighter in the world, and he's taking on undefeated knockout artist Brett Rogers. Live, free, only CBS, November 7th.
Linebacker Demario Williams with a block punt for Kansas City. Chiefs take over at the 50-yard line with 9:57 to play in the 4th quarter. Chiefs and Redskins tied at 6. And off, Larry Johnson trying to bounce it to the outside and able to slide through the hole for a 4-yard gain. Reed Dowdy with the stick for the Skins. And coming up tonight on The Amazing Race, teams race a car on a track or through the desert. And how hard is it to find the world's tallest building? It's a brand new Amazing Race that's tonight after 60 minutes on CBS, America's most watched network. 2nd and 6 for Kansas City, now in Washington territory. Another running play, and it's Johnson straight ahead, thrown down by Hainsworth. 2-yard pickup for Kansas City.
Boy, you might want to think twice about running at Albert Hainsworth. It was interesting. We talked to Jerry Gray, the secondary coach of the Redskins, and he said when they did the study on Albert Hainsworth through the first 4 weeks of the season, a lot of teams are running away from him. You look at the plays that he has made today. He has been constantly in the backfield. He's put pressure on Matt Castle. He's got hits on him. They've gotten hurries. They got sacks. He's stripping the ball. He has had a great day along that defensive line for the Redskins.
Kansas City worst in the NFL in 3rd down conversions. Shotgun, Castle, offline and incomplete. Bobby Ingram. And a flag down. Late flag thrown at the 38-yard line. Could have been a jersey tug.
Pass interference, defense number 20 hooked the receiver as he went into his pattern for the ball. Automatic first down.
Justin Tryon, in his 2nd year from Arizona State, called on the penalty. And that keeps this drive going for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well,
on first down from the 38-yard line. Hand off. Larry Johnson gets stacked up. He'll pick up 2 on the play. Lorenzo Alexander in on that stop for Washington.
Well, they've been patient right there with Larry Johnson. They just keep pounding him the rock. He's got 19 carries already. And you know, when he gets up around that 25 mark, and they usually win football games. You talk about controlling the clock, keeping this Redskin offense on the field, and getting this guy going. This was key today. Get him some carries and some touches and get his confidence back for this Chiefs offense.
Season high 86 yards rushing for Johnson. Shift on the line on a 2nd and 8 for Kansas City. Under 8 minutes to play. Castle, deep drop, knocked up in the air and incomplete. Fortunate that it was not intercepted as Alexander gets the piece. And it sets up 3rd and long for KC.
And both of these defensive lines have done a nice job today. You see when they're getting double teamed, you just watch right there. You're just going to see Alexander come back underneath. He's getting the push. He actually walks the right guard, Goff, right back into the cornerback. But right at the end, he does a nice job getting his hand up and getting the deflection.
Critical play here on a 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs. Castle is 15 of 28, 143 yards, has not made the big mistake. No touchdowns, no interceptions. From the gun. Protection. Holds up initially. Castle on the move. Floats it. And a flag down. Looked like he crossed the line of scrimmage. Able to make the completion to Sean Ryan. But as he kept moving forward, he straddled that line, and I think Todd Haley knows that he crossed it as well.
Yeah, he was at least ahead by a yard.
Illegal forward pass. Offense number 7 threw the pass from beyond the line of scrimmage. This carries a loss of down from the spot of the foul. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
And they've got a punt. Line of scrimmage was right around the 36.
Boy, look at Hainsworth. They're doing everything they can to stop him. But you see right here, Matt Castle, you got to make a decision. You either got to throw it or you got to pull it down and try and get what you can with your legs. But what a wasted opportunity. They get the block punt, they get the ball at midfield, and now they're forced to punt.
Antoine Randall standing at the 9-yard line. Dustin Colquitt will punt it for Kansas City. High punt. This one will bounce. And touched up at the 1. Terrence Copper getting down the field to help make sure the ball didn't go in the end zone, and then Leggett there to help out. Boy, great job on special teams by KC. Washington's got a lot of room in front of them.
Precision is power. The Acura TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2010 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
This is John Park's restrictive calling circle. He's saying toodaloo and switching to Sprint with any mobile, anytime. Now on the Sprint network, he can call any mobile phone on any network anytime he wants without worrying about the meter running. So he's decided to call every mobile phone in the country. He'll finish just after his 93rd birthday. Welcome to the Now Network. Get unlimited calling to every mobile phone nationwide when you switch to any mobile anytime. Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Okay, who had the opposite sex repellent meal? Me. More of me to love combo?
Yeah.
Where did my neck go platter? And the I'm not fat, I'm husky special.
What are you really getting with greasy fast food? Instead, try a Spice-alicious new low-fat buffalo chicken sub at Subway. Now part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal. It's a simple way to enjoy eating better.
Ooh, empty calories.
TV's #1 new show, NCIS Los Angeles, Tuesday, only CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda. Everybody knows somebody who loves a Honda. And by the newest $5 footlong. Try the spicy buffalo chicken footlong. Subway, eat fresh.
Back here at FedEx Field, I got to tell you, Rich, it's like a soap opera right now with the Washington Redskins. Tumultuous week, disharmony, the head coach being questioned. He also calls the plays, lack of production on offense. An offensive consultant is brought in to kind of set up an extra set of eyes for ownership. Handoff to Clinton Portis on first down. Redskins are pinned deep in their own territory. And a 2-yard gain as Brown and Mays combined to tackle Portis. NFL Today update to New York and JB.
Ian and Rich, Brett Favre capping a 10-play, 80-yard drive. Hooking up for the second time today with Vincente Shanko, that 1-yard strike, pushing the Vikings out by 17 with 10 left in regulation. Ian Eagle and Rich Gannon.
Boy, they look very sharp. The Minnesota Vikings continue to roll. Collins in some trouble. Trying to get rid of it. The ball bounced.
Now his hand was going forward. He was trying to throw it to the back. That's an incomplete pass. That's the right call.
Chiefs trying to celebrate in the end zone. The officials quickly said the ball was down on the incompletion.
Forward pass incomplete.
You're going to see him. He's going to start to his left. He doesn't like it. Comes right back to his right. He's trying to throw it. Sees Mike Vrabel there at the last second. The ball just comes out. That's the right call. Boy, Mike Vrabel is a very smart football player for the Kansas City Chiefs. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
And now the Washington Redskins face a 3rd and 8 from the 5-yard line.
And they have been horrible on 3rd down so far today. Just 2 of 12. They have not been good on the early downs, but 3rd down has really been a problem for them today.
Collins, pump. Collins floats one to the flat. Liddell Betts makes a man miss.
Oh, he's going to be just short. He is going to be just short on the boundary, I believe. Oh, it's a great effort by him, though.
Yeah, try to extend his body, and he is going to come up about a half a yard, almost a yard shy.
Well,
7-yard pickup.
You got to punt it. And again, another example, another opportunity where they can't convert on 3rd down. But just watch the effort by Liddell Betts. He makes a miss there. He's doing everything. Watch him extend the ball. He's doing everything he can to get to the marker. Well, not easy here in the back of your end zone. You can't hold the football. Good job kicking it out by Todd Collins.
And now the pressure on Pakalak. Has already had one block. Bobby Wade standing at midfield. Kansas City, excellent field position. Did nothing with it on the last possession.
Oh, a low kick. This will be a good return ball.
Wade from the 43. Redskins make their way down the field. Wade at midfield and put down there. Kareem Moore and a face mask.
Boy, that was not a good return by Bobby Wade. A lot of times, I just like to take the ball and just hit it straight up field. These return guys, sometimes they stretch it to the boundary. They wind up losing yards.
45-yard punt, a 7-yard return out to midfield. And the officials talking this one over after the flag came down.
I just thought there was more there for Bobby Wade. Well, he's got a number of returnable kicks today. They haven't been able to really spring one.
Personal foul, grabbing the helmet opening, kicking team, number 31. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
There was special teams captain, Rock Cartwright.
Well, you said it earlier, how hard it is to win a football game in the NFL. I don't know who's going to win this one, but this is not going to head to Canton afterwards. This tape is possibly going to be burned.
Well, you watch Rock Cartwright will get up. Actually, it's not on 31. It's on Kareem Moore, 41.
Yep. Yeah, they got the wrong number there. That's why Cartwright was incredulous. Handoff to Larry Johnson. And the field position now, the 36-yard line, the line of scrimmage, as Cornelius Griffin comes up with a stop, no gain on that play.
You know, and the Chiefs have had wonderful field position here in the 2nd half, particularly in the 4th quarter. They had the ball in the last possession in midfield. They got another great opportunity here. You got to take advantage of the opportunities. You're in a 6-6 ball game. You're inside 6 minutes. All you need is one guy, just one guy to make a play.
So this is the area of the field where it has stalled consistently for Kansas City. 2nd and 10. Castle throws, complete. And a 1st down to the tight end, Sean Ryan. He's already set career highs in catches and yards this year. Ryan formerly with Dallas, the Jets, New Orleans, Miami, San Francisco, the epitome of a journeyman.
And a good throw by Matt Castle, working to his tight end against the safety, Doty there. And back shoulder throw on the boundary. Good location on the throw by Matt Castle.
Under 5 minutes to play now. 4th quarter. Kansas City and Washington tied at 6. 1st and 10 at the 25 from the gun.
Well, here comes the blitz. A blitz versus no back. This ball has got to come out quick if you're Matt Castle.
Castle.
Can't hold it. Can't hold it.
And forced to throw it away. Mark Bradley in the area for Kansas City. You saw it from up here.
Yeah, good job by Matt Castle not taking a sack in that situation. You just got to be smart down here, and you know that guy right there is going to give you another opportunity. You have to be patient and just be a good decision maker on this part of the field.
Ryan Suckup, he's been a positive for this Kansas City team so far this season.
Well, I just hate, as a quarterback, I hated putting the ball in the hands of the kicker. You got to be able to finish games on the field with your offense.
It would be on the foot of the kicker, no?
Yeah, you're right.
Incomplete. Dwayne Bowe under heavy traffic. And Castle was unable to get it to him where he needed it to be. Lon Landry was ready to line up Bo.
And watch Bo right there at the end kind of pull up. And you as a wide receiver in the National Football League, you have to be willing to throw your body around. You have to be willing to make some difficult catches in some tight spots.
Well, here we go, Rich. 3rd and 10 for Kansas City. 6 drop balls today for the Chiefs. Todd Haley is looking for his first win as a head coach in the NFL.
All you got to do is beat man-to-man coverage.
They go to a running play, and Jamal Charles is gobbled up. Ryan Arakpo, first man there. And it's a loss of 2 on the play.
Well, right again, right, they run the ball right at Albert Hainsworth. You see right here, look, right in the middle of the pile. I just don't know why you'd run the ball at Albert Hainsworth. He's been so disruptive today. He's been in the backfield most of the day. You got to go the other way.
46-yard field goal attempt from Ryan Suckup. Colquitt will hold it. Trying to give Kansas City the lead. 4th quarter. Suckup from 46 yards away. It's good. Ryan Suckup, what a rookie season this kid is having. 9-6 Case.
If you got worries, then you're like me. Don't worry now, I won't hurt you. And if you got worries, then you're like me. Don't worry now, I won't desert you.
When it comes to protecting the things you care about, leave nothing to chance. Travelers, insurance for auto, home, and business.
Kansas City 9, Washington 6 with 3:36 to go in the 4th quarter. Ryan Suckup from 46 yards away. Mr. Irrelevant, the final pick of the 2009 draft out of South Carolina. Now that has been one area that Todd Haley has been able to depend upon, and that's the field goal unit in Suckup. Suckup will kick it off. Rock Cartwright deep. Liddell Betts back there with him. Cartwright from the 3. And Cartwright spun down as he comes up short of the 30-yard line. Well, here it is now, the Washington offense taking the field with Todd Collins operating this offense. Jim Zorn's team, 8 consecutive games decided by 7 points or less. That's the longest active streak in the NFL. They are 3-5 over that span.
Yeah, and then, you know, that's you know they're going to be tight games, and as we talked about earlier, you got to find a way to finish teams off in the 4th quarter, make a drive at the end. Todd Collins has got this team in position with 3:29 left. Got 3 timeouts, a chance to go down the field and win this football game.
Collins in the pocket, throws, incomplete and almost intercepted by DeMario Williams. You know, I touched on it earlier regarding everything that's swirling around the Washington Redskins right now. How about Sherm Lewis, brought in as an offensive consultant, 22 years in the NFL, as an assistant with San Francisco, Green Bay, Detroit. How does that even affect Jim Zorn in the offense?
Well, you know, he was lured out of retirement, as you said, Ian, and for another set of eyes. I don't agree with it. It's not something the coaches wanted. He's been out of it for 5 years. He doesn't know the terminology. My sense is that the coaches are not happy about it. You don't have time as a coaching staff to stop and bring him up to speed. He's reporting to Vinny Serrato. I just think it's another distraction for this football team that they don't need right now.
2nd and 10 for Washington. What they need is a win on a flip for Portis. Little juke move by Portis, and he is brought down at the 30-yard line. So that's a lot of work for a 2-yard gain. Derek Johnson, who has excellent speed sideline to sideline, able to make that play.
You know, we haven't talked enough today about the job that both of these defensive coordinators have done. Certainly Greg Blasch for the Redskins and Clancy Pendergrass. These units have been on the field a lot, but they have played very, very well. I mean, when you're talking about a couple field goals between each team, that's a solid job by the defense.
On a 3rd and 8 now for Washington. Time is an issue, and Collins loses the football. Liddell Betts able to jump on top of it. But look at the clock, 2:34 and counting. Washington is down 9-6.
Well, that was a good job by Clancy Pendergrass. You're going to see right here. Watch Todd Collins. I think he's looking at the blitz. He may have taken his eyes off the ball just a tad. It's not a perfect snap, but you have to make that play. You see here, that's something that you'd expect a veteran quarterback to do. Good pressure up the middle by the Chiefs.
And Pakolak will punt it. Bobby Wade from the 45. Wade into Washington territory. And banged down. Ball popped loose. Free football at the 37-yard line.
Well, you never know what's going to happen at the bottom of the pile, do you? I mean, there's a lot of clawing and scratching going on there, just trying to get that ball back.
Peeling off players. This is a huge call right now with 1:52 to go.
Well, that was a big hit there. I think that ball clearly came out. You see Bobby Wade, he's right here. You can see him right here at the bottom of the pile. That ball's clearly on the other side.
Kansas City's got it.
He got help from a teammate for sure. Watch this hit right here. Big hit by Kareem Moore. And there's the ball at the bottom of the pile.
My best friend from high school.
My roommate. My sister. My dad, he lives down south.
I know someone who owns one.
My cousin.
My teammate, he's a linebacker.
Everybody knows somebody who loves a Honda. Who do you know?
For 2 decades, the U.S. government has been training a top-secret unit.
You will be a psychic weapon.
Code name, Project Jedi.
You're a Jedi warrior.
They are the men who stare at goats.
He's down.
Inspired by a true story.
We're Americans. We're here to help you. What happened? I think I just ran him over. Oh, crap.
The Men Who Stare at Goats. Rated R. November 6th.
With my Nuvie phone, I can take calls from my friends while I'm driving to them.
With my Nuvie phone, I can say I was there.
With my Nuvie phone, it's easy to stay in touch with friends.
My teammate, he's a linebacker. He owns one. My girlfriend.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a quarterback.
She works at the movie
My
theater.
bingo. My mom.
My karate instructor.
One of my students, his mom has one.
Everybody knows somebody who loves a Honda. Who do you know?
Ethan, I need Alex Woods in here right now.
He's brain dead, Eric.
We should know the reason.
So I figured out what you're doing. You're leaving CSI, aren't you?
It's the season for goodbye.
And don't forget, coming up next, second half of our NFL on CBS doubleheader. The Titans taking on the New England Patriots, or the Bills battling the New York Jets. Here at FedEx Field, 1:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Kansas City takes over with a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Well, Jim Zorn has thrown the challenge flag for some reason.
Well, it's under 2 minutes to go, so Jim Zorn can't even challenge the play. Now, the punt took place before the 2-minute warning.
Washington is not attempting to challenge this play as there was no career recovery. Therefore, it will remain Kansas City's ball, 1st down.
So the fumble by Bobby Wade. What we saw on the replay was DeJuan Morgan getting his hands on it first for Kansas City.
They just watched the collision there. Good job knocking it out by Kareem Moore. But right there, you see DeJuan Morgan. He clearly has it at the bottom of the pile.
Well, here for Kansas City, pretty simple. A couple of plays and a 1st down, and this game's over. For Washington, they've got to stop them like that. Kedrick Golston, meaning Larry Johnson, spun down for a loss of 3. Washington with 3 timeouts remaining. They'll use one of them. 2 timeouts left for the Redskins. Well, it's been a while for Kansas City. November 30th, 2008, their last victory. Week 13, Maurice Leggett. 67-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Kansas City with Herm Edwards at the helm. A 20-13 victory. It's been 9 consecutive losses for the Chiefs. 2 wins in their last 30 games.
When you're in a locker room like that, Ian, you forget how to win football games. And he gets back to practice and doing all the little things it takes to win. And we always talk about 4-minute offense, the ability to be able to close out games at the end.
1:46 left on the clock. Castle on a slant, hooks up with Bowe. Dwayne Bowe.
Protect the football, it's all you got to do.
Walking the tightrope. Carlos Rogers unable to bring him down. With 1:35 left. If Bowe just goes down, the game is over.
Yeah, you got to be smart. Not only that, but you have to take care of the football. He's actually got it in the wrong hand. You can see D'Angelo Hall right there trying to strip it out. I love the call by Todd Haley. Great job there by Matt Castle throwing the slant route, not waiting the 3rd down to take a chance. Keep in mind the Redskins still had 2 timeouts left.
So going out of bounds just helped the Washington Redskins. Obviously, unless you think you're going to score, you put this one out of reach. First down, handoff. Boy, collision. Larry Johnson just got stamped by McIntosh. Washington will use another timeout. So Kansas City with a 9-6 lead. They've got the football on a 2nd and goal inside the 10.
All you're telling, if you're Matt Castle and you're Todd Hill, you're talking about ball security, making sure you secure the snap from center. The other thing, making sure you're talking to Larry Johnson about 2 hands on the ball. Don't try and fight for extra yardage. Don't give him an opportunity to rip that ball out. Ball security is the most important thing you talk to your guys about in the huddle right now. Boy, Albert Hainsworth has had a good day on. He has played very well for that defensive line.
You can't blame this defense. This Washington defense every single week continues to show up and play hard. Like number 4 overall in the NFL. Castle, bootleg. And Castle absorbs the hit. Leaning forward for a gain of 3. D'Angelo Hall with the stick. And Washington has used its final timeout.
Yeah, you're right. You talk about this football team, Ian, right now, and the defense from Washington has played very well. They've played well in the kicking game. Their Achilles heel right now is the offense. Their inability to score. They make a change at the quarterback position. They haven't run the ball well. They haven't been good on 3rd down. They haven't been good in the red zone. They have a lot of issues that they need to get straightened out offensively, and it has to happen quickly for the Redskins.
That second half of the doubleheader is coming up, so keep it here on CBS. Tennessee and New England, the Jets and Buffalo still to come. Well, if Washington can stop them, Redskins can get the ball back with about 35 seconds left. 3rd and goal from the 7. Handoff. And Johnson running into the scrum. So Kansas City, I know they're looking for their first win of the season, and Todd Haley is trying to win his first game as a head coach. But they are not making it easy on themselves.
No, but you know what, though? I got the sense when we sat down and visited with Todd Haley last night, he was starting to feel better about this football team. Definitely making progress. I thought the game last week against the Cowboys was a positive. I just really think that this guy right here, Matt Castle, I think he's got a chance to be a very special player in this league. And you go back to what he was able to do last year, taking over from Tom Brady, going 11-5 in New England. What he's been able to do so far for this football team. Listen, they have a lot of issues. He's hung in there, he's battled, and he has given them chances to be in football games at the end. That's all you can ask from your quarterback.
Well, they were competitive with Baltimore. Haley felt they should have won the Oakland game. very competitive with Dallas last week. Lopsided losses to Philadelphia and the New York Giants. But here they are now, 41 seconds away from getting a win.
Well, and the encouraging thing is while the offense is still trying to find a way here in Kansas City, the defense has come up huge today. I mean, holding the Redskins to 6 points, I just thought that was a real positive. Holding them to 272 yards of offense. Really done a nice job defensively. You have to really tip your hat to Clancy Pendergrast.
So a 24-yard field goal attempt here for Ryan Suckup. Looking for his 4th of the day. From 24 yards away, Suckup drills it. And Kansas City with a 12-6 lead, 36 seconds left in this 4th quarter.
Boy, it has not been pretty, but you know what though, if you're Todd Haley and the Chiefs, you're able to get out here with a win, and you're 0-5, you're going to be absolutely thrilled when you jump on that plane and head back to Kansas City tonight.
It's not over yet. Washington will have an opportunity here, although they have not shown any ability to sustain a long drive. Coming up, Philadelphia on Monday night here at FedEx Field, then a bye week, and then look at the rest of the schedule.
Boy, this is brutal. You look at this, all winning teams. You look at Atlanta, Denver, they have Dallas, and again Philadelphia, and these are all very good football teams. And if you can't move the ball and you can't score points, it's going to be hard. And you just wonder what type of changes may happen here during the bye week in in Washington. Of course, you look at the Chiefs, San Diego, and of course 3 of the next 4 on the road after the bye, so they have their work cut out for them as well.
Now the Pigpen, they're used to things being sloppy, but not on the football field. Suckup to kick it off. Rock Cartwright. Boy, do they ever need a play. Flag down. Cartwright is brought down as he crossed the 20-yard line. 31 seconds left on the clock. Looked like a push.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 86. This penalty be assessed half the distance to the goal, first down.
And it's the backup tight end Fred Davis in his 2nd year from USC. So make things even tougher for Jim Zorn and the Washington Redskins. A team in turmoil.
And if you look at Jim Zorn there with his play sheet, I can tell you right now there's not a lot of plays on this play sheet for this situation in the game. I mean, all you can do is try and complete a ball on the boundary, pick up 25 or 30 yards, do that 2 or 3 times, and maybe give yourself a chance to throw it in the end zone.
From the gun,
that's it.
And that's it. Good night. You can press the panic button here in D.C. Tamba Hali, the safety.
And this guy has been their best player so far this season. He has been the bright spot on this defense. He's made the transition, as you said, from the stand-up backer in this 3-4 defense. And as Todd Haley said, he's the type of guy we're looking for around here. He plays with a lot of energy and a lot of passion. And you can just see right there, he never gives up on a play. You see him right at the top of your screen. Again, they really getting after Stephen Heyer today, the left tackle who's taken over for Chris Samuels. He has really struggled today. You see a Tamba Hali beats him up, starts him upfield, and then beats him back underneath with that quick swim move.
Now for Kansas City, it's elation, a win, something that they needed so badly. And for Washington, it further clouds what was already a very shaky situation for Jim Zorn and this Redskins squad. Officials are taking a look at it. It's a booth review with under 2 minutes to play. And what is the future at quarterback for the Washington Redskins? Jason Campbell benched at halftime. The veteran Collins comes in. Big play to Santana Moss to start things up. Maybe you believe that Washington can get some rhythm going.
But not much since then.
So the booth review, I'm not sure what they're looking at. That seems pretty obvious and pretty blatant. Tamba Hali, the sack in the end zone.
That's good to see, because keep in mind this Kansas City defense, Ian, has really struggled generating pressure on the quarterback. And
did Collins take a step out of the end zone on that first look. It certainly didn't appear that way.
Boy, look at Holly right there. No, he's out, but then he's clearly back in the end zone. The ball is in the end zone. I think that's clearly going to be a safety. He's checking to make sure.
So free kick here. Maurice Leggett is the return man for Kansas City. One more look at it. The pressure from the Chiefs. It didn't get as much pressure as the Washington Redskins front got on the Chiefs today, but they got it when it counted. Tamba Hali. Great storyline for Kansas City when somebody can flourish in a new role, move to outside linebacker. He brings intensity and high energy.
Well, now you get the hands team out there. If you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you know they got to kick an onside kick. Do something to get the ball back here.
So as Rich mentioned, the ball was still in the end zone. And Washington getting ready for the free kick. 14-6, Kansas City, 25 seconds left. Sean Sweezum getting ready to do the honors. Tony
After
Corrente.
reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It is a safety.
Well, when you can score on defense, that's huge. Not only that, but when you can hold an offense like the Redskins to 6 points on the road, boy, you got to feel really good about the effort that this defense put forth today.
When we're done here, our viewers will get the Baltimore, Minnesota broadcast. Kansas City Chiefs 25 seconds away from their first win of the season for Jim Zorn. Who knows what the future holds?
Boy, just not a very good performance across the board. A defense that certainly had played well, but offensively just too many questions about where this football team is. You see Todd Collins there. And
they've now scored 17 points or fewer in 10 of their last 11 games, Rich. Washington trying to get the football back here. And that one was textbook for Kansas City. Bobby Wade.
Well, you know, Todd Haley's not going to like that.
No, he'll take it. A win is a win. The first win of the Todd Haley era comes here at FedEx Field.
Well, I tell you, I like this young coach. I think he's going to be a great one in this league. He works hard at it, and he's not afraid. He's not afraid to make changes along the way. I think that's important.
Just got a hug from Otis Smith, 13-year cornerback that he brought in. Todd Haley did this week to work with the young corners.
Yeah, and that's just amazing. You bring in Otis Smith, and he's worked with the young quarterbacks and corners, and he made a difference today. These young guys played very, very well for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City winless no more. The Chiefs with a 14-6 win over the Redskins. Who knows what's going to happen over the next few days for the Washington Redskins. They drop to 2-4. Coming up, the Burger King update will take you to New York. All the scores and highlights after these words.